Now we back. We live. We in the air. We can breathe.
Smell that good air.
We can breathe, and for all
The
you
air
idiots,
that's unsensitive in Indianapolis.
yeah, the air is
today.
unsensitive, and also all you idiots that want to go to Mars where there's no air. Good luck with that. I never understood why we so in a rush to go to Mars where there's no air instead of fixing the air we got here with climate change.
It's,
But anyway,
it's all about the Great Escape, man. There's money in furthering the expedition.
I don't understand. Spend money to fix the air here instead of going.
Well,
I
you
don't
have
know.
to believe there's a problem with the air here in order to fix it.
Yeah, it's a problem. Anytime that
You're the conspiracy theorist.
no, anytime
aren't
it's
you?
115 in London, it's a problem.
Wow.
115 in London, which like never gets past 80, really, and it's 115. Yeah, it's a problem. Earthquakes 3 in 1 week.
That was crazy.
Back-to-back days. here.
Back-to-back days. Yeah, we kind of need to fix what's going on Earth. No, you got the rainforest in Brazil being chopped down. Yeah, we kind of need to figure that out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. I mean, because there's major damage being done in a small amount of time.
Major.
You know what I mean? Like
For, like,
impactful damage.
For not a good reason.
For not a good reason.
Like, the payoff is not there.
It's not there.
Which is why going to Mars is all the more interesting, because if they trash this place,
But
the
you go there.
affluent will have some place to escape.
Yeah, but you.
Yeah, but didn't you ever
but why
see
would-
that movie where he gets stuck there?
Why would you bypass the moon, which is like right there? Like we gonna bypass
Because
the
they know the moon's not even real, bro.
Moving on.
Makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, it's every hit radio show. We got Run EMC in the building.
Hood.
EMC, and then we got D-Lo G in the building.
Yeah, baby,
The
yeah.
best DJ in the city. And
All
I'm
right.
your quasi host for the day, LGZ Mbaku, Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda forever.
And Moose is on vacation. Once again, talk about me.
Shout
this
out
one-
Moose,
I'm pretty sure this
aka
one doesn't
Big
count
House.
as a vacation.
Also vacation. Anytime you vacate where you live at, it's a vacation. In my
I
book.
don't.
That's
think
fair.
how it works.
He's not
It's
working.
fair. You out of town.
He out of
He's
town.
working.
Like you're officially
He's
out
not
of town.
working.
He's for sure working remotely.
Nah, he's on vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on vacation.
I don't think so.
Just because you can say you're working for tax purposes.
Yeah, absolutely.
For tax purposes, he's working.
But to some degree, there is an experience of some vacation.
Oh, some
extra
vacationing.
ness.
Yes.
Bless
On
his
some
heart.
level.
I was talking to him and he was so excited to eat like where he couldn't eat in
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
Papa Do's.
Yeah, so that's where they went yesterday. And then, so tonight they're going to Jason's Deli, and he was so excited about that. And I said, we have one of those.
Yeah, not to mention there's
He
a
had no idea. I said, it's on 82nd Street.
I didn't have any idea.
Not to mention
You
there's a
guys don't
Papa
know these
Do's like in the next city over from where we at.
True.
Like Cincinnati is like
Cincinnati is
115 miles from here,
Hard to get to.
and there's a Papa Do's
Yeah.
in Cincinnati,
I plan to visit at some
which
point.
is 115 miles, which is about an hour and 15 minutes.
It's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. It's a nice little Sunday drive.
Yeah.
To spend $1,000 on a meal.
Wow. Is it like that?
Oh yeah, Papa Do's expensive, bro.
I've never been there.
Yes, it's expensive.
Neither have I.
It's good.
I don't doubt it. It should be. for
The
those kind of
Gator
prices.
Bites is actually pretty good.
I like Gator Bites. I've had those in New Orleans.
Yes,
a
it was
couple times.
delicious.
Yeah.
You ever had Gator Bites?
Yeah, in Florida.
They're delicious. I had at Dick's Last Resort. It was more like Gator, like a little bit
You
of
should
the tail.
totally work there.
I would love to work at Dick's Last Resorts, but I don't.
You would totally fit
But
there.
I don't like people that much, so it wouldn't really work out.
That's a problem.
True.
Yeah, people get on my nerves.
People suck, man. What do
People
y'all
do
think
suck.
of all of this opening food in grocery store challenges?
I'm gonna tell you what.
And people licking on food and putting it back, spitting in containers and putting it back. What are your thoughts on this? Because I'm bothered.
I am incredibly angry because here's what it means for Run. I can't click list anymore because now I don't trust anybody, and I got to double check all the seals of all the things that I purchase.
That's very true.
And I don't trust the Kroger employees to do that. And it
See,
makes me sad
the
because
pro-
I really enjoy buying my groceries online and just pulling up and calling them and saying, please bring me my groceries.
I guess the question I want to know is whether these challenges origin, where do they come from?
I don't think it's a challenge.
We got the bottle top
it's
challenge.
officially a challenge. It's the ice cream challenge, and multiple people have done it now.
Yeah,
at
let's
this
do the
point.
bottle top challenge.
Yeah,
all
we
right.
can get-
Who
Bottle
gonna do
top
it?
challenge.
Who gonna do
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Did you see
I mean, you got the bear cap.
It's
You got the
early.
energy for it.
It's early
I
still.
always got the energy.
Already.
Yes.
I
Yes.
also keep seeing these videos that keep being shared, and I just keep thinking, oh, they've got to purchase it after that. Like the mouthwash one, I thought, after they stop recording, they have to take that off the shelf and buy it.
Right.
That's you being. I mean,
I know.
Clearly,
I just
you grew
try.
up. You grew up in Mayberry. Where I grew up at, they clearly put it back on the shelf
Yeah.
and walked away from it.
100%. 100%.
Where I grew up at.
It happened, but I mean the fact that people are filming it now and making it a challenge,
It should be a
inspiring
crime.
Other fools,
It is.
It is. And in some cases, like the first woman that did it, or I guess girl, because I think she's a minor. She was in Texas, and they're certainly bringing charges
Yes!
against her.
It
And
was
I
like
believe
up to
Bluebell-
20 years and $10,000 fine or
No,
something crazy.
I believe it should be 6 month imprisonment in solitary.
And Bluebell will probably sue her as well. But
Yeah.
I absolutely think that in this case, her color is going to be a disadvantage because she's about 17. She's African American.
Yeah, drop the hammer.
And
Right.
they are considering serious
Yeah, drop the hammer.
sentence
I
charges.
don't care what color you are. Drop the
against
hammer.
her that are quite lengthy. So
Yeah, drop the hammer, dog. 6 months solitary confinement for me.
I think they're talking about years.
Yeah, well,
brothers.
years. So you know what? If it would deter anybody else, like, you know what? I can
Right.
I go for
That's
how
a good
long?
point.
I'm cool.
Right.
And why you filming it? Like you giving away evidence? Like that's your face. We can clearly back check it.
Right.
But
Like
you're inspiring others,
yeah, but no.
and you're endangering public health.
Yeah, but when you get 2 years, trust me, it will
Also-
deter.
Is the damage already done?
What kind of grocery stores are you going to where no one else is in that aisle the entire time you're doing this
Well, I
nonsense?
mean,
You can definitely
you
catch
definitely
an
pull.
empty
You definitely
grocery
pull it
store
off.
Wait.
aisle.
I mean, you can definitely pull it off. It depends on what time of day you go. Like, you can
Exactly. And some grocery stores are 24 hours, so they're not as crowded.
yeah, you can definitely pull it off. But
The grocery stores I go to are always busy.
I just feel like we need to drop the hammer swift to deter these people from doing this idiotic. I mean, where did it come from? Like again, I feel like this is some government test to see your level of compliance.
People are getting famous off of Pineapple's bullshit. And some clown.
I almost asked you what was Pineapple's bullshit. I almost asked
Oh,
Some
you.
clown.
It did just kind of like all roll together there.
There was
it
no comma.
Like that was
Oh.
the actual item.
Yeah, I was like, what is Pineapple's bullshit?
Well, you figured it out.
Yeah.
So
There should be a comma.
I mean, some clown in Georgia, I believe he was a fully grown adult, actually did the challenge himself after watching the girl in Texas do it, and his reasoning was, I wanted to get famous.
Oh, you'll get famous. No, you'll be infamous now.
I mean, certainly, but I mean, you inspire anybody. And now you got this dumb stuff going on. But me as a consumer says now I have to spend more time in the grocery store, doing like Ron said, checking my products, making sure everything is sealed when I go to the grocery store. And if it's eating up my time is valuable.
Yes.
I don't know about y'all time.
Yes.
I don't want to spend any extra time in the grocery store, but I feel like I have to.
I mean, just think about it. It all started. Who knew that the ice bucket challenge will evolve into this?
Everything's a challenge.
I mean, very first it was planking, which wasn't a challenge, it was just planking. I think planking was the initial. And that was like about 5 years ago.
That's
I was
been
in
a while.
college.
So planking was the thing where people was just doing it. Then it was the ice bucket challenge. That actually was for a good cause. And then I had just evolved into this. Everything's a challenge. Let's smack an old lady challenge.
It's out there.
I'm sure.
I'm
it
sorry
is.
for putting it out in the universe. I'm sure tomorrow I'll go to my World Star page. There will be a slap
You
old
need,
lady
you
challenge.
need to bring that back.
Yeah, we
that
need
was not nice.
to slap old lady. I know we need to reel that in. Sorry, this is live.
Help
We
her
don't
carry
edit
her
this.
groceries that you don't lick or spit.
Like her and Charlie.
She doesn't want you to because she's afraid that you're going to lick or spit on there.
True.
I mean,
No, I don't need help getting this off the top shelf.
I mean, it
I'll
was.
climb all the shelves and get it
All the
myself.
shelves.
It used to be fascinating as a kid to see somebody actually open a soda bottle in the store and drink it while they shopping.
Yeah.
Like that was like the biggest thing. Eat chips, but then naturally they'll take it to the thing and pay for it.
Right.
But that was always like, you can do that.
Right, it felt illegal. I haven't purchased it yet. It's not mine.
Yeah.
I can't open it.
Yeah.
But technically, you're not stealing it because you haven't left the store with it yet either.
Right.
So technically, it's not stealing it.
Sometimes
either.
you do just need a snack while you're shopping.
But you used
I
to
get
eat
that.
grapes. Like, remember that was a big thing
All
with
the
your
time.
mom.
My mom would always
All the
say,
time.
"You got to put her up there and weigh her too, because she ate so many grapes at the store."
Yeah. I mean, these grapes.
Always, I would just
Can-
eat
can-
the green grapes. They were
Can I
my
say
favorite
this?
thing ever.
What a great pilgrim lie, because I've never heard that. in the African American community.
My
What's
mom
that?
did every time.
She ate so many grapes in the store, you just ought to put her on the scale and weigh her too. Where have you
did.
ever heard that?
She said it every time I went to the store.
That is rich.
That's a good line. That's
This
a
is
good
good
line.
culturalism on this show tonight.
Yeah. We
She
learn
did.
it. We learn from each other. Don't multicultural. We learn it. That's one thing that make the heavy hitters great.
That's true.
Already, yes.
It's things that we never knew in the hood existed.
Yep.
Like, it's-
Welcome.
It's certain things you're like, oh, you can do that?
Can you teach us other phrases?
Yeah, I didn't. So I didn't know I was teaching you a phrase. So now I'm like put on the spot and I don't know any.
That's cool. It's just think
But yes,
about
as a yes,
as time-
I think it will happen organically.
as
Yes,
time
I will teach
progresses
you all the
onward.
things.
I want to know all the cool phrases like it's time to make like a banana and split.
I don't think anybody actually
or
says
slap
that.
me on the ass and call me rich. Or whatever.
Exactly.
However
I
that
want to
goes.
know those. I want to
No, I don't know
learn.
that one.
Never heard
I
of
want to
like, smack me on
learn
ass
the
and call me-
power of those
Yeah.
non-traditional African
Are they
American
powerful?
sayings.
Or lickety split.
Yes.
Lickety split. That's real. It's like fast, very quickly.
Yeah. We didn't say lickety split. We say like, usually in the black culture, everything
But is that
is an MF or this, or Harry your ass.
You think you think that's a race thing or a geographic thing?
It's race. I think it's a country, geographic country, city, urban city.
Okay.
Yeah, type deal. Yeah. Like, you know, if I want D'Lo to leave my house, I don't want D'Lo, I don't have to tell D'Lo to leave. I'll just look at D'Lo and say, man, what you about to get into?
And I know. All right.
That's
bro.
my-
Oh, the white people suffer, and we just let everybody stay at our house until they die.
No,
Wow.
but
They
you
just
all you
sit
do
there
is sit
until
back and
they
be like,
die.
man, shit, you sit back, you rub yourself and say, shit, what you about to get into?
It is the whole playbook.
No,
Yeah, that means please,
you can die at a white person's house. We're
please
never gonna
get
tell you to
up,
leave.
Wow.
exit my house.
We're gonna think about it. We're gonna be like, oh my gosh,
You
this
all are so
person.
polite.
I know.
So you don't have a tagline to get people out your
No.
house?
A go-to move?
A go-to move?
No.
Like stand up and start stretching? Like, shit, what y'all want to do?
No.
They know, like, oh, that means leave.
No.
Like, it's time for y'all to roll out.
No. We overstay our welcomes, and you just die at a white person's
So,
house.
so, how, so what about,
kick 'em out.
like, D'Lo know this trend. If he asks me, yo, Jeezy, hey, you want to go to the game? And I'll say, what time y'all going to be there? That mean I ain't going.
No.
If I ask you, what time y'all going to be there? I
No,
ain't go-
no. A white person would say, "Let me check with so and so," and we're gonna come up with somebody that we got to check with, and
Yeah,
then we got to help somebody or something.
Yeah, we just be like, or the classic. See, I learned this the hard way. If somebody asks me what you doing that Saturday, I gotta know why. Because
Did you
somebody
just
asked me
say
help me move.
at? Did you just
before
say
you get the
at
chance.
Saturday?
Because you asked me to help me move. You
So
want me to help
hear
you
my
move something.
answer. I've already got to be prepared to know that I've got to give you some bullshit first.
Right. Because I know you asked me to move something. Moving to the mall. And they be like, hey man, we're doing Friday about 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'm working, dog. Shit, I want you to help me move this couch. Yeah, I knew that.
You got to be ready.
I think white
You
people
gotta
just
be
say,
ready.
"Can you help me move the couch?"
No, see, black people gotta trick you. Like, shit, I ain't doing
No.
nothing. Because at first you get excited. Like, man, what you doing that Friday at 1? Oh, shit, I'm off. I'm chilling. Hey, man, I need to borrow your truck. You help me move this couch? So you already said.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Work called. I have to go in.
Yeah, she's like, shit, what you say? So, I mean, by Thursday, I gotta come up with an excuse as to why, you know, I don't want to help you move your couch.
Right. Because nobody wants to do that.
Nobody want to help you move anything, man.
No, moving sucks.
Moving
It's
sucks.
the worst.
Like, get a moving company.
Yeah.
Let them come in and pack your shit. Move.
Let them pack your stuff too, because that's the worst part.
You know what it is? The big stuff ain't hard to move. It's the small, tedious
Stupid.
cups.
And then this one's fragile and,
Yeah.
and all the things.
Nah, man, I just rather pay the $1,500 or whatever it take me. You come in and pack your shit up.
I will
I
say,
can't do it. One, I don't trust people, and two, I don't want the extra expense. The most difficult thing for moving to me is the awkward shit. You know what I mean? Like that big ass awkward couch or the flipping washer or dryer.
yeah, but are you going to get a truck? Like, are you going to rent a U-Haul, or are you just going to use whatever vehicles you have?
Yes.
All the things. Okay, great. It wasn't helpful. Because, like, I feel like if you rent a U-Haul, it's easier to move that stupid, large, awkward
No,
stuff.
it's getting it through your doors.
Getting through the door is annoying.
It's
I will say the last time I
terrible.
moved, I did have a moving company. I packed everything, but they moved it for me. And so I was well rested on moving day, so they brought my boxes in. I started unpacking while they were still moving things
Yeah,
in. That part was nice, because then I didn't have boxes sitting in my house for 3 months.
Okay, so without getting into specifics, around about how much did it cost you, general area?
I think it was about $400.
That is so worth me not moving anything.
For me, it was worth it.
It is so $400 is like so worth. Like, no way, you gonna come move all this to my and take it out? Yeah, I'll pay you $400.
And honestly, I'm thinking about getting a moving company to move up my stuff again. Not my house stuff, but my other stuff. Because I don't want to do it. It's just like so annoying. I don't want to drive a giant U-Haul because
if
I
I'm
just don't
gonna
want
pay
to.
you $400 to come move my house, I will for sure do it.
I had to pack everything.
That's a
but they came and moved it
all.
all.
Savings. You have to
And
consider
there was some stuff I had to move, like
$1,500. I can't do it, but
So 1,000 is your max to pack your house up and move it.
they didn't pack my stuff.
I'm saying, but if it was $1,000, I said, man, we'll come in, we'll pack all this up and move it to your new house and unpack it for a G.
Dude, if they were going to pack and unpack, yeah.
That's it, D-Lo.
For sure.
You saving your back, the stress of
Bro.
the house stress of moving, the
Bro.
arguments.
700 is my max.
700.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm considering the fact I got some little cousins. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you the one calling
20, 30 holler.
Hey, Ray.
Old pizza, get the job done.
So you paying in liquor, some beer, and some pizza to come help you move.
Probably not liquor, but we will have enjoyables. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, $1,000 is so worth.
If they're going to pack and unpack and move all my stuff, for sure.
I'm guessing they would have done it for $1,000. If they moved you for $400, I'm sure an extra $600 they would have came and packed it
I
up
will
for.
say they were the cheapest company I found to move my stuff. They were not the greatest.
Yeah, it don't matter. $400.
Yeah, so like,
Oh,
I will
and-
say that. Like, they told me to label the boxes. And
Yeah.
so, because I am an organized person, kind of, I labeled the boxes. And then I even went to the house and I labeled the doorways. And I thought, well, this is idiot proof. And then they didn't put all the boxes where they belonged. Here's what really bothered me. My upstairs boxes is what they didn't take. And I was like,
Yeah, but it was $400.
I don't want to climb the stairs. That's why I wanted you to move all my things.
That's what you pay for it. I mean, you get what you pay for.
I know.
That's the tagline. You get
So,
essentially.
I would say don't go with the cheapest one unless you know someone who just had
If you can
amazing
find the
experience.
median company.
Yes. Yes.
Or just be a jerk to the $400. Be like, no, they go upstairs. Like, just be like, no, that box go upstairs.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll make you
There was a
work.
language barrier there also, even though like it was labeled and the labels matched perfectly. I felt like it was
The guys had a language barrier?
Yeah,
The guys I saw?
yes.
They look perfectly of the Caucasian persuasion to me.
They were not.
They were not?
No.
They Russian?
No.
Well, they're like-
they had dark hair and dark skin.
The guys I saw was not.
Yeah.
Well, his name, his name would be Dustin.
No.
Like, the guy I saw.
His name was probably more like Pedro.
Those guys was not Hispanic.
Yes, they were Hispanic. They were speaking
No.
Spanish the whole time.
Hold on.
Yes.
Run. The two guys I saw.
I know this much Espanol.
Run. The two guys I saw,
Poquito.
name was easily Josh and Dustin.
They were not. That's so funny. They were Hispanic for sure.
Really?
Yes.
Was the cable guy there? Was somebody else there that I missed? In the truck in the driveway.
My stepdad was there. He's white.
I saw. I mean, clearly he's
For sure he's white.
For sure he is. Yeah, for sure. The
I
two
guess he
guys-
doesn't have to be for sure white, but he is.
He's for sure white. He's for sure.
No, and then they dropped off my couch, but they were there for like 5 minutes.
Those guys wasn't. Those are the white guys dropping the couch.
I don't even know. I didn't see them. My mom told them where to put the couch.
That's what
And-
makes
sense.
Those guys I saw in.
I
You
didn't-
guys
I didn't
just
see 'em.
connected the dots.
Yeah.
I didn't see them because they're white.
Way to go, team.
Yeah.
You have a blind spot for white folk?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Man, I've like built my whole adult life around not having one. Dang.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's.
No.
Yeah. Because guys I saw clearly name was. If I had to put money on, his name was Dustin or Josh.
No, no. But I didn't see the people who moved in the couch because they were there. They were like in my house, dropped off the couch, left in like 5 minutes.
They definitely get paid by the job.
Well, they did a good job.
That's the best way to get paid, by the job.
Yeah.
So I can be in and out and I can make maximum profit.
Yes.
The longer you ask me to do stuff, you cut into my profit.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So. But anyway, we survived the earthquake. We didn't have one.
California did.
California. You see
Oh,
the
but if
video?
they get bigger, we're gonna have residual earthquakes here.
Did you see the?
Yeah.
Did you see the
That's what I kinda
videos?
think, too.
The one girl was doing a lipstick tutorial, or makeup tutorial.
Oh my gosh, no, I didn't see that.
Oh man, that was crazy. So she was
I
like,
saw the pool.
she was like, so you put the lipstick on, you want to hit this little top ridge. She
My God.
had a line all over her face.
Wow.
The whole back of her house, like stuff was just falling off the shelves. She was like, I mean, the sheer terror in her face.
Well, yeah.
But she did. It was like one of those like, I can't even scream or yell because I don't know what the hell is literally happening right now. I mean, she was just so. You go here and then you get the top layer and then you go under.
Crazy.
It was amazing.
So it was like electroshock, and she couldn't move it off of her face.
Wait, once you draw the line and that first shake hit, it's like you're getting pushed. You just draw the line,
Right,
And then
it
she
just
just like
goes.
then she on camera just shaking all over the place, and then like stuff in the background is falling everywhere.
Crazy.
And it was like 20 seconds, like if that.
I did see a video of a pool.
Yeah, I did saw the pool.
It was crazy. I mean, it was like, I don't know.
It's like they have the cup is just swashing everywhere.
It was just like waves coming out of the pool. It was nuts.
For 20 seconds to do that much damage.
No.
Like 20 seconds to feel like an eternity when you in it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
got
Because
you.
when I was in was, I mean, like it was back in like 96. It was probably like 10 seconds. And it shook me to my core. And it was only like maybe a 4 or 5. But just the fact that you feeling the ground
Right.
shaking, you like, what the hell is that? Like what was that? It's like, oh, that's aftershock. There's like the big one probably coming now. I
Did you
was
go
like,
in
man,
the
don't say
doorway?
that. Huh?
Did you go in the doorway?
So
No, it was pregame.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, it wasn't gonna do it. It's like the most stable.
So nothing falls on your head.
But this, I was like pregame. We was in the locker room, actually the weight room before the game. You hear
I
the
don't
weights-
feel like that's a safe place to be in an
the weights
earthquake.
was clean. We shaking. I'm like, man, what the hell is that? It was like, oh, that's aftershock.
It's like Final
I was
Destination.
shook. I was shook. And it was like probably like 10 seconds, if that.
Still,
But-
though.
But can you imagine, like, they said they showed pictures of rolls that, like, spread it apart. And that was like a 7, I think the one, at the source, it was 7.1. Like, that's some
That's
serious movement.
Yeah.
You know, and they felt it as far as Las Vegas. Even the Summer League game was canceled.
That's intense, man.
Intense.
It's insane.
So all that,
So random.
so random. I mean, at least with a tornado or a hurricane, you know it's coming. You see the cloud, like, that don't look good.
Yeah, but like, so if you had to pick a natural disaster between earthquake, tornado, or hurricane, what do you choose?
Talking about to live in that city,
Yep.
I would say hurricane.
Earthquake.
Man, I'd go tornado. That's funny.
I would go
This is
hurricane.
like
We're
paper,
all
rock,
split.
scissors.
I know.
The reason why I would go hurricane is that I got a week. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
So they say, oh, it's gonna be here on Sunday. It's Monday, so I
You
can
can
make my
leave.
plan. I can leave. A tornado could be like, it start raining, that siren go, yeah, it tear up a hole. Now, granted, the damage is not as bad from a tornado because it's just hit like you can miss your whole house
Right.
and tear up across the street.
I mean, but
I think I'm
tornadoes
just-
don't generally strike in more populated areas either. So
If you're in Oklahoma, but it's mainly
Right.
open field areas. But one went through Atlanta, which was ironic.
Really?
When I lived in Atlanta, one went through downtown Atlanta
we had
and
one go
like
through Indianapolis.
and tore up all the building. I mean, it
Yeah.
went through and tore up. It's rare because the wind, don't allow it to pick up that much steam to really go through and create a funnel. But I guess this time,
some years ago, there was one that hit the Circle Center Mall, like the Arts Garden.
yeah. So you think
Is
all
that
the
the same
buildings
one that
around
destroyed
those
the
buildings?
YMCA?
I don't remember.
I was in middle school.
Because the
It was
buildings
dramatic.
really knock the
Probably.
air down. It knocks the floor of the air down, so we can't really not allow, like going through Lafayette. That's open field, so that must
Right.
just kind of swim through and hit a lot of trailers.
Boom.
Why do trailer parks always get hit? I don't know. It's a magnet for destruction.
Magnets.
Maybe.
For destruction.
I think maybe I'm just like more comfortable with tornadoes because I've always known that.
We are.
So
And
that's
earthquakes.
what I
You
would
see an
choose.
earthquake?
Bro, I mean, they seem to be not as frequent as other natural disasters.
Dude, when it hits,
I understand that.
it's
But at the same point in time, look at where they hit at. You know what I mean? I think my lifestyle conditions go up tremendously in California.
I don't know, man. You got a lot to worry about in California. Man.
So-
You got random fires, like it's like
I don't have to
That's
live up
true.
in the hills.
somebody.
How many brothers do you see getting affected by that?
Hold on, somebody flick a cigarette and the whole state go up in flames.
Right.
No,
They don't know about Smokey the Bear and
No,
how
they
to prevent
do.
forest fires.
But if we're picking natural disasters, I picked the earthquakes. Wildfires wasn't an option.
Yeah.
That's true. Wildfires.
But you
is
say your
not an
lifestyle,
option.
so
So
yeah.
we can't even bring this into
But
the
dude,
conversation.
You're
you can take you in your house, and all of a sudden you sleep, and then all of a sudden your shelves, everything just like fall on the floor, like everything. I mean, it's like literally somebody like just shaking, just rattling your whole cage. Like you in a cup, and somebody just shaking the shit out of your cup.
You know what? Because I smoke a companion every day, I would probably sleep through it.
Then you ain't sleeping through that. A 7, a 3 or 4, you will sleep through a 7. You waking up like, man. I mean, we talking about like this whole like the laptop is getting thrown over there to the bike. Like everything is getting thrown somewhere. You in the grocery, they show the grocery store, like bottles falling off, everything. The whole aisle just fell in the middle. It's bad, bro.
Dude.
That's what don't have high buildings in
Dude,
California.
if I blazed one, if I'm passed out in my bed, I'm a lonely man, bro. So if I feel a 7 earthquake, I'm probably going to feel something else. I don't know. Maybe it's just how I dream. I'm just saying.
That's true.
Maybe not.
I don't know, but earthquake, it was scary. That, like I said, the one I felt was like maybe a 4. It wasn't even nothing, but it was enough for me to be like, holy, I gotta go home. I'm going home.
Right, take me back to the
Take me back.
Midwest or the
So
South.
then my
wherever.
friends who thought it would be funny when I was asleep to come in the room and to start shaking my bed.
No. Did you punch them in the face?
Yeah, I was shook. I was shook. I ain't gonna lie, it shook me a little
Literally.
bit. Yeah, literally
You
it
were
shook
shaking
me.
your bed.
I
I think
was
I would have
scared.
punched
I
you
woke
in
up
the
like,
face.
oh, and it was like I play too much. Yeah. I mean, I miss the good old days, man.
The good old days.
The good old days. College. Like, you stay on campus, Run?
No.
So you didn't have the on-campus life?
Nope.
You didn't experience college then.
I didn't want to.
No, you missed out on so much.
And I don't like people.
That's true.
You should know this about me.
On-campus life, man, was
I loved being in a sorority, but I also love that
you can go home.
I could just hang out with them and then go home. And if I wanted to live with any of them, we could be roomies off campus, but like I didn't have to live in a house with everybody. And I really enjoyed that.
I thought the cool thing about, especially when I went to California my first year, it was cool because like for the first time, I interacted with people from all over the country.
Yeah.
We had guys from Miami, South Carolina, Georgia, Texas, Chicago, California, up and down. Had a guy from Montana, South Dakota.
Parents.
So, huh?
That's one of my old parents.
Yeah. So, South Carolina. So you learn all the different. So you imagine a New York dialect.
You got to be so glad you're on summer break right now.
So imagine a New York dialect
Oh, Lord.
with a Southern dialect.
You have so much impact on those kids.
I'm going to punch you
Yeah.
in the fucking dick.
Don't be like that, Puddin'.
I'm going to... Oh, now you're really asking for it.
I mean, so yeah, that was crazy.
I just...
Don't
I don't
worry,
know.
it's the parent that looks like she's been drinking.
I think that I would be totally scared of an earthquake.
Yeah, we kind of moved on from that. We were talking about like college and.
Oh, yeah.
So was it much
I got all
diversity at
distracted.
IUPUI?
Yeah, a ton.
There's plenty of
Really? From all over?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't think that.
Yeah, it's a huge...
Business school. You're right. I forgot. Kelly School of Business is pretty good.
And the law school is huge there.
Did you want a lawyer from IUPUI? I don't know. I think I want my lawyer from Harvard.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's an
Did
IU
they pass
degree.
the bar?
So
I get it.
they've
I
It
passed
is
get
an
it.
IU
Yeah.
degree.
Oh,
And
no,
I mean,
but-
all the faculty are...
That
They
Harvard,
all work together.
that Harvard degree is going to cost me expensively.
Yes,
but
it will.
but if I got the money, I'm for sure getting off with the Harvard
You are
attorney.
getting off.
Yeah, the IUPUI attorney. I'm like,
No.
I hire for traffic court. but I want that. This is me. But yeah, it was weird.
Okay.
It was weird, man. Like picking up on dialects, because like the Southern dialect is a Mickey Ficky.
Oh, yeah.
Some people
Versus
from
the-
the South, I can't understand. I have to like really pay attention to what they're saying.
It's tough. But then you get to New York, which is like, excuse me, what are you saying right now? I know what you're saying, but we just put all kind of adjectives and stuff together, like to describe stuff. They use mad. Everything is mad. It's mad crazy, yo.
Language is so fluid.
Huh.
It's interesting.
Interesting.
It's like strawberry. It's like mad. Like it's like a banana split. That like, oh, I mean it's good. Okay, I got you. Then I started.
I don't like banana splits. I wouldn't
But then I
use that
started
to
saying,
describe
yo,
something.
New York, I think the New York is the easiest dialect to pick up. If you're around somebody from New York all the time, you'll start saying yo and son. And you just start.
I didn't realize that was big in New York.
Huh?
I didn't realize that was big in New
In
York.
the black community, son and yo
Are New York words.
are New York words.
I don't think I know any black people from New York.
Like yo son, yo son, yo son, yo B, that's just like mad crazy, B. And you like, it's so cool. I get what you're saying, but like, you immediately. My roommate's from the Bronx, so I immediately every hear him talk a little bit, like I start saying yo and son, and he started saying dog because Chicago we used to say dog and cuz all the time. That's crazy, cuz. So yeah, Indianapolis was funny. Back in I don't know, you might know this. Back in '96, we came in for a tournament, and the first time I heard this, like, man, that's just P. I was like,
No lie. My senior year of high school, I ran with a clique called the P Boys.
Like just the letter?
the letter P.
The letter P.
It's
What does it
P.
mean?
It's P.
Proper.
Perfect, proper,
yeah.
pimping.
Yeah, it's P.
Perfection.
And I was like, oh, what is that? That's all they kept saying. Oh, man, that's P.
I haven't heard that in years. That's hilarious.
He said, that's P. And I was like, I'm from Gary. I'm like, dude, I have no idea what P is right now.
Teach me.
I'm lost. And my boy used to always say it all the time. I was like, oh, man, that's P. Okay. That's Indianapolis, man. That's how they talk down here.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
About 96, 97.
Yeah, you're
that was the language. P.
You're nailing the time, right? Because
By the
me
time
and-
I got to the city 20 years after that, it wasn't cool.
Yeah, we didn't
No,
use
it
P.
wasn't. Nah, but me and the neighbor of the show, producer KF, man, we were part of the P Boys in high school, man, which is a terrible name in hindsight to
Yeah.
repeat out loud. But yeah,
at
man,
the time,
that's funny.
But you know what's funny?
Everything was P.
You know what's funny? Like,
You should bring it back.
No, I think
Probably not.
I think the internet has made
P Man doesn't sound
Yeah.
good.
right. Like you gotta go to the bathroom all the time. You got diuretic. Like,
Right.
You need some.
Right.
You need some.
Do you have an enlarged prostate? What's
Sir,
happening?
your P should be for Pampers.
Right. But you know what's crazy? I think because of the social media, those regional slang terms have now just become a national, worldwide thing.
You think?
Yeah, because now
Do
you hear
people
words
all
like
over the country say, oh,
no. I think like, if you look at the word, what's the word today that people use like if something's lit, like lit. Lit is a word. You go anywhere and say lit, everybody know what it means.
do you think it's social media or do you think it's horrible rappers?
No, I think it's social media because everybody says that's lit.
Yeah, but like in the 90s,
I think it's both because they co-fluence each other.
Right, but I think certain areas, like here, P, when you go to North Carolina and say, they don't know what you're saying. But I can go to North Carolina and say lit, or I can say that's swag, or that's what's the word that everybody use, or like iced out, or it's like known everywhere. It's like this verbiage is just taking over everywhere.
Gucci.
Like Gucci, I know what Gucci means. It means good. You know, but back then Gucci might have been just a local in your area. You might be somewhere in Atlanta, like Atlanta was Shorty. I thought where I'm from, Shorty's a female. Oh, you see Shorty over there? In Atlanta, Shorty's anybody. Anybody can be Shorty. Shorty be a dude. You know, but it's Shorty. It's SHAWTY.
Thank you for the urban translation.
Yeah, Shawty, like Shawty cries, man. I'm gonna tell that Shawty. I'm like,
I always thought that was just a girl.
but up here it means female, yeah. And then also, like fine, if I say a girl fine, like she fine. In Georgia, it means something totally different.
Really?
Oh yeah, so you guys now you say she Georgia fine. See, when I say fine, I'm talking about how pretty she is. Like, she
What does
fine.
Georgia find me?
Georgia find me a body, like she had a banging body. She fine. But her face is like, no, she ain't. I'm like, no, she not. So I'm like, oh, that's Georgia fine. Georgia fine. Where I'm from, fine is her face. Like, she pretty in the face. Like, she fine. But they don't know what that means. Like, no, she ain't. Like, let's show over there. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, okay. So you got to pick up on. But it was regional. But now, it's everywhere. Language has transcended. You know, you go to California, they use partner for everything. Partner and cousin.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, we doing partner and cousin,
Weird.
a cuzzo. That's all.
I mean, but partner was kind of an emphasized gangster word from the 90s.
Yeah.
Are
It was
we
more-
stereotyping California by putting partner on them? Because I just don't feel like my California interactions have all ended
But
with
like, okay,
conversations to call me partner.
for instance, like we say, what's up, cuz? Like we say up north, like up north, Chicago was cuz. What up, cuz? That's how we talk. But in California, cuz meant crip.
Right.
So you can't. I had to learn how to change my whole way of talking.
Absolutely. But, you know, bruh and bro seem to be pretty universal
Yeah,
in
bruh.
today's world.
Yeah, bro. But like dog, like what up, dog? Like we say that all the time back in the, like growing up. Dog was just like my homie. That's my dog. California, that meant blood. So again, I'm like, dude, my whole language that I grew up with talking like I gotta, kind of
Change it all.
change it all because like, I can't say dog because like you might be a crip. And I'm like, what up, dog? Like, they ready to
And
fight.
then you die.
You know, I grew up putting red shoestring on the Jordans, red shoestrings in my shoes. Out there, you getting smoked.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No, that would be bad.
That would be bad. Let's say when in Rome.
Colors.
It is no different. Like, it's amazing. Speaking of gangs, like how we talk about it, it's amazing how gangs form, whether it's Democrat, Republic. They use the same color, red and blue. Gang, it don't matter. Gangs matter everywhere. Your school colors,
True.
your street you grew up on. It could be a gang considered a gang. Did you hang with the people on your street? We was a Cash Street posse.
Do people still do that? Hang with people on your street?
Yes, sir. I think in more urban areas is probably more so. Not so much in suburbia. Your neighborhood, Edna. Like growing up in Edna, we was True Edna boy, TAB. You had the Glen Ryan boys. You had Glen Park. You had your areas, which in hindsight literally makes no sense at all to be like, I hate you because you grew up on this side of town.
Yeah, it's silly, man, but we do it.
We do it.
And a lot of it because we're trying to find our identities too, and we're not secure in ourselves. And, certain a lot of times we just see bleakness and a lack of hope in our situation. So it happens. But, I did see that Lou Wallace had a big 20-year reunion this past weekend, man. Are all Gary reunions like this?
That 20-year reunion?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is, but mine 20-year is. I already had my 20-year.
You're old.
Yeah, my 30-year about to come up. Jeez.
Wow.
2026. Yeah.
Wow.
What happened to Lou Wallace reunion?
No, it just looked to be an awesome time, man. It looked to be over several days. There appeared to be a boat trip involved at some point in Chicago.
It depends on who.
Big party on Sunday.
Yeah. All reunions kind of be like this. What we did is for work. When they have now what they start doing is they start doing what they call all class reunion. So they have all the Gary graduates come back. So they have a big thing at the Genesis Center for if you graduate from these time frames from 96 to 2000.
Right.
They'll have these different time frames set up. Or you have the all 96 reunion. So 96 from every school.
Yeah.
Will come back. I mean, ain't that many. So, all right, my last reunion we actually had down here because everybody lived in Indianapolis. So we just had a big reunion in Indianapolis because our school, all the Gary schools closed. So, they ain't in existence.
That's crazy.
No more. None of my schools are open.
That sucks.
Nuts. No. My elementary school been closed probably about 15, 20 years.
Wow.
Then my middle school is now closed, and my high school changed the name and now it's closed.
Wendy, no Chicken Little up in this bitch.
Gentrification has taken over.
I was going to ask if you thought that was why. I do feel like...
Because we got, while I grew up, my school work was probably 5 blocks from the beach, from Miller Beach. So that's prime real estate.
Right.
So the gentrification, people don't really know, it started back in 95.
Really, I just never associated that with Gary.
Yeah, they because you got. It started back in '95. The first thing they did, the first phase was raise the taxes. So all those Miller people, all them beach houses,
That
taxes
is the
got
first
raised.
move, yeah.
So they raised the tax through the roof. So those people had to move out. They couldn't afford it.
Right.
You know, so because a lot of them houses been paid off. So all of a sudden you getting a $30,000, $40,000 tax bill.
I ain't got this.
I ain't got this because now your assessment, your land assessment, has went to $400,000 or $500,000. When you only paid maybe $60,000 for the house.
Oh my God.
But now they raise it. They raise the land, the value of that land up. You can't afford the taxes, so then those houses become abandoned. People move out. The projects, they shut them down and put in like these new condos. And then now you go to Miller now on the beachfront. They got $1 million, $2 million houses, but you own the beach. Like you walk out your backyard, you on the beach. So. You know, and you were earshot from Chicago, so a lot of that Illinois money, Chicago people get on the train, go to work downtown, take you 40 minutes to get downtown. So that's where they start, you know, kind of building up Gary, and now they built the marina.
Yes.
So they got all these boats now, all these yachts, and just start showing up. You like
Completely different, huh?
completely different, you know. But you got so now they're moving more of the hood. They get moving more inland off that water. So, and for the longest time. Miller was trying to break off from Gary and become its own township. But Gary would never sell, would never release it.
Yeah.
Because they made the same mistake with Maryville. Like Maryville, all they used to be Gary, and then Gary sold all pieces of it.
Oh, so Maryville used to be Gary,
It used to be Gary.
Okay.
Like Gary's extended to where, you know how you come into the mall?
Yeah.
That used to be Gary. And then Gary sold pieces off of it, you know, for whatever reason, stupid or whatever. Didn't think it was valuable
Sounded good at the time.
at the time,
Right.
you know what I mean? So,
Somebody ate good for a while.
yeah, it good for a while. Yeah, then you realize, like, maybe I shouldn't have signed that deal. You know, like Chicago sold the toll road for 100 years for $1 billion. That sound good, but you're like, 100 years? How much money am I giving up for these tolls for the next 100 years?
Wow.
Right.
They sold the tolls and the parking meters.
To who?
Some overseas dude.
How do I buy
There's
a
an
toll?
overseas company that owns like the black and green parking meters in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I would like to own the parking meters and a toll road. How do I do that?
Yeah, you have a lot of money.
What does it cost? $1 billion? Is that what you said?
That was $1 billion back probably 10, 15 years ago. Who knows what it costs now?
I need to start saving some money.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I just want to own a parking lot in downtown Indianapolis.
On the parking, I mean, it's so much to own the land.
Even if it only had like 25 spots, do you know how much money you could make?
Especially on the
If it's close to anything down here,
you win.
game days,
You win.
game days all year long.
You win. You win.
You won't make as much
Buy
for
that building
Indians
right
games.
there.
Right. You won't make as much for Indians games, but Colts games and Pacers games, you'll make a ton of money.
$20 a spot. Make it a big tailgate thing.
Right.
Oh yeah, you're seeing a good return on your investment pretty quickly.
I think you pay it off pretty fast, and then you just pocket all the cash.
That's it.
And, like, you just work it yourself.
See what I would do if
Because all you do is sit in your car, and when somebody pulls up, you get out and take their money.
Get money. That's it.
And then if you have a square, you can take everybody's money, because they don't have to have cash.
Speaking of, when I started bartending, we got a new Cash App thing for tips. If I ain't got no money, I mean, we got Cash App.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, have you seen this new app that allows you to give money to homeless people?
No.
It's an app.
How do the homeless people get it?
They got cell phones now, I guess.
Do I just like look at them and I say, "What's your code on such and such app?"
I didn't watch the video. I didn't watch it, but I was like, you give homeless people money, but in California, because the homeless problem is so bad, like they got in LA alone, there's over 70,000 homeless people.
Wow, that's huge.
If I was going to be homeless, I would go to California.
But then what they do is
100%.
So because the problem's so big, what they do is they give them $100 bus ticket. They give them $100 in a bus ticket to Vegas. So then they start shipping a whole bunch of people to Vegas. So then Vegas had a homeless problem. So then Vegas was like giving people money to go to Seattle.
No, I don't want to go to
Wow.
Seattle. It rains there.
Yeah, but they give you money and a bus ticket, and you go up north, or you go back to L.A.
Wow, that's how they're dealing with overflow.
Wow.
No, it's bad. They got 10
crazy.
You gotta
cities.
ship
They got-
out your homeless.
So when we was out there, dude had a tent. It was like a 3-bedroom. He was digging in the sand because it was cool in the sand, digging down in the sand. He had a bed. Yeah, I mean, I'm like that's crazy. He was, had this little.
I could live outside in California.
Has
It's
a little
nice.
barbecue pit for his food. But he homeless.
Oh my gosh.
And it's sad. It's sad to see that it's like on that level. But California, I mean, the cost of living is like through the roof.
It's insane.
It's insane for what it costs to live.
Yeah, for sure.
My grandpa used to live in California, and he lived in El Cajon, which is like 20 minutes inland from San Diego. He had like a mobile home, like 2 bedrooms. His patch of grass he had in his yard was like 1 square foot. He sold it, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago for $200,000.
Look how much it's worth. Like, I wish you could find the address.
It's insane. I know.
If he sold it 10 years ago, it's probably like $700 now.
It's crazy. And like, I mean, it was nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, it was...
But you pay in California.
My house is at least 3 times the size of his trailer, and I
Yeah.
paid way less than that.
But the thing is, in California, you paying for the weather.
Yep,
Yeah, you paying for that. You paying for that ocean.
yep.
That's what you paying
I mean,
for.
and it was nice.
It's-
I liked when he lived there.
It's prime. It's prime real estate.
Now he lives in Phoenix.
Prime.
But my thing is, at what point is it going to rise so much that people can't even afford to live there? Like,
They do pay people more there.
but not enough to offset the
Not
cost.
enough. Yeah, not enough to offset the cost. Vegas is the same.
It's not as bad.
It's not as bad, but it
'Cause
is
what happens is a lot
very
of-
similar.
A lot of LA investors went to Vegas and Arizona and started buying property.
I'm serious.
You know, and then jacked
Yeah,
the
the cost
market
of
up.
living in Arizona is more like Indianapolis.
It used to be. Not Phoenix. Phoenix is expensive. Phoenix and
Have they gotten
Scottsdale,
there?
Mesa.
Hey, Wendy, that
It's
one.
now, maybe some other parts of Arizona,
I see it.
but Indianapolis, like if you want to get a lot of land and good climate, you have to move to Texas.
Yes.
Or Georgia.
That is, yes.
Anywhere in the South,
Yep.
it's fairly reasonable to still live, and you can have a lot and not pay a lot.
I would go to Texas because you could still go close to the water. As long as you don't live in the middle of
Yeah, in
Texas,
Houston.
it won't be sweltering.
It's sweltering in Houston right now. It's like 115.
Well, yes.
But if you live in Dallas, there ain't no water in Dallas.
Oh, no.
It's hot.
It's like 150
But
degrees
see,
there.
Dallas is similar to Indianapolis. The cost of living is similar.
I went to San Diego one year, and it was really
It's
nice.
beautiful, man. I'm telling you.
I like San
So I hear
Diego.
it's pretty expensive out there.
Yes.
Like I hear it's one of the highest places to live in.
Yes, it is.
But
It is.
You paying for that 85? It's always 80 degrees and sunny.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, sure.
And the malls are all outdoors.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you did?
80 degrees, no humidity and sunny. You like, I get used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were just.
Oh my
Quick.
gosh. It's so nice.
It's nice. It's beautiful. I mean, it's palm. It's beautiful. But it's like,
And then, like, it's a short drive to Coronado Island or La Jolla, and you go to all these beautiful places, and, like,
it's amazing. It's like
Be
it's amazing.
outside.
Like names are everything. Like we say name like San Diego. It just sounds like, oh, that's the place I need to be.
right.
I think Pebble Beach.
Yeah, it sounds like a place I need
That
to be.
sounds so delightful.
Yeah. Well, what's we go? I go to Pepperdine. It sounds so like, oh, okay. Oh, I live in Maui or
Oh my
Malibu.
Yes.
Like, we don't have name a city in Indianapolis that sounds like it needs to be a. We got Fort Wayne, Evansville,
We have Peru,
Mooresville.
Brazil.
You know what I mean? Indianapolis,
Bloomington.
Bloomington. They don't even sound like.
It for sure sounded like you said blooming tongue.
I mean, in
I live
comparison,
You know what? I want to go on vacation in
a
Kokomo.
sexy sounding city.
I want to go vacation in Kokomo.
Anderson,
Anderson.
Muncie.
Oh man, Muncie has a nice beach.
Muncie.
You know what I mean? It don't even
Looks
sound
comical.
right.
It's
It don't
funny.
sound right. Like,
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute. You know, but you go out there, their cities is like
Richmond.
nothing. But you got
Los
you got
Angeles.
San Jose. Ooh, that sound nice.
Even Tijuana sounds nicer
San
than Muncie.
Tijuana.
San Francisco.
Oh,
Yeah, you got
Kissimmee.
Kissimmee. I want to go to Orlando, Miami. You know what I mean? It just sound.
Yeah, it's different.
We were rap on stage. Shout out to Miami. You come here like Indianapolis. Like, damn, that's like a 4 syllable. You know, even Cincinnati. You had to count this for. If I,
6.
the 6 syllable Indianapolis.
Indianapolis is 6.
Yeah, 6 syllable. Yeah, 6 syllable.
The
word.
way you say it is 5. The way I say it is 6.
The Indianapolis. Like, shout out Indy! Hey, come on, man.
I mean, but anymore, because we're in the mumble mouth age anyway, it's convenient to just call everything Naptown.
We know what I learned? Black folks is Naptown, white folks is Indy.
Yep.
I agree with that, but I know I've gone to enough concerts in Noblesville. I can't even think of what the name of it is. It used to be
Clips.
Clips. It's not Clips
Oh, no,
anymore.
it's
Is it Verizon Center?
Ruoff. I've seen enough concerts at that venue to where every young rapper, R&B singer calls this place Naptown. Ain't nobody had time to say Indianapolis on stage.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, this Saturday night.
I always find it amazing
This Saturday night.
how
is,
Cincinnati and Indianapolis,
50 laps.
which are essentially neighboring cities, even Louisville for that matter, and it's completely different.
Completely.
Yes.
Cincinnati's completely different than Indianapolis.
Yes.
It's like Cincinnati almost feel like an East Coast city versus like, the look of it. Like the downtown look different.
I mean, it's kind of a hilly city.
Got hills. It has hills, which to me makes the overall aesthetic of the city look different. And you got hills. Louisville is hood, bro,
Yeah.
and it's expensive, which makes some sense to me.
Louisville is baby Detroit.
Baby Detroit. Yes. When you go to Detroit, you realize like, holy smoke, like, this is bad.
Yeah.
But it used to be one of the richest cities
Yeah.
in the country.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Everybody used to go to Detroit.
There was a ton of jobs.
Jobs. Same with Milwaukee, Detroit, Minnesota.
Technology and hip hop killed Detroit.
Yeah.
Once gangster rap hit the scene, soft R&B had to get pushed out of the way.
Yeah.
And Detroit suffered from that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Motown, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Motown.
But also, man, what happened to Detroit? Once that stuff died, there's no like Pittsburgh has the smart thing. They have transitioned from steel to technology.
Right.
So they had a plan in place to kind of get off that. Are you too
Hey,
down?
thanks, you too.
They kind of transition from steel to doing tech work. So Pittsburgh is known for a lot of tech stuff now, whereas Detroit, the city was hanging on to that steel
That's
and car stuff, and then like that market is dead.
Right.
So once that market died, you know,
They had nothing.
You had all the people and no jobs.
Right.
So you know, it's a major problem, man. It's sad. Like Indianapolis, like don't think it's safe in Indianapolis. A lot of times it's Lily.
True.
As far as good job, Lily and was it
It's an
Allison?
Yeah, Allison's
Allison.
here.
Is here, but I mean, as far as like but Lily make you sign that goofy contract. We're going to work for what 3 years?
I don't know.
Some deal they made with the city to kind of rotate its citizens out.
Interesting.
You're a contractor. You only get 3 years at Lilly. You're not an employee. You're a contractor. And what they do is they like you. They'll send you to another department and redo your contract.
Huh.
But you're not an actual employee.
I did not know that.
I know people work there. You make good money.
Right.
But they will rotate your ass up out of there.
Interesting.
So you can't. Nobody retires from Lilly. Rarely.
No, you don't hear about it.
Huh.
But it's a deal they made with the city to stay here. They
Right.
gave them on the tax break and allow them to do all that, shady stuff.
So the reason is so that more Indianapolis citizens can work for Lilly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can rotate. That was a theory to rotate,
Right.
but really this is more like tax.
Really they're just rotating their people inside the building.
Inside the building.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people get in from the outside, but
Well, yeah.
it's not what the plan was designed for.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
So those people who say stay in cities, like rotate them or redo your contract. It's like 3 years. It's like 3 or 4 years,
Huh.
and you don't get no benefits.
No,
nothing.
But they
And
pay you
literally
out.
like the largest producer of insulin in the world.
Yeah.
Right. I know. It's insane.
Hey, so now that our company has changed a little bit
Man,
here,
that soundtrack was really interesting because I listened to the show while it was happening.
real interesting. But can we talk about the president a little bit?
Yeah, what's up?
Man, I am curious now that this Jeffrey Epstein has been arrested.
Also the pictures.
Could this finally be the one thing that can start to unravel Donald Trump, because now he's tied to 12 and 13-year-old girls, and rape is being thrown around a little more freely. And this guy just got indicted, and Donald Trump clearly had incidents with him, along with other famous people, potentially Bill Clinton. So, I'm curious if this can kind of be the thing that will kind of knock him off his high horse a bit.
Donald Trump, to his base, is Teflon.
And it feels that way.
Like, he can get on TV and murder a kid in cold blood. And the people that believe in him...
They will cheer.
They will still believe in him, no matter what. You have people who come out and say that they don't care if Donald Trump is president forever. They don't care. People said that he could be a dictator, and they would love to be in a dictatorship of Donald Trump. I don't know. I don't know his base, but his
Where
base...
are they finding these people?
His base.
They don't seem hard to find.
His base.
I know, I'm just curious if they're like...
Well, I mean, the thing here, when I look at Donald Trump's base, they say those kind of things. Those are people that clearly don't eat and socialize in the same places we do.
True.
They're more rural country folk. They come out, and say their little things, and they go back into their little hole.
You're so right, and I know a whole bunch of them.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So they go out to the area. That's one thing. When I lived in Atlanta,
so right.
You see the Confederate flag, and people would get off. Man, I'm like, dog, I don't worry about them people, because them people over there have no effect on my life. Like, they say what they say, and they go back to wherever they live, wherever they hole they came from, and they're just mad. So a lot of these Trump supporters are mad. First of all, we had 8 years of Obama. They didn't like that. That didn't sit well. And Trump he speaks to them because he speaks like them. Even though he's not them, he talk like them. He
knows all the triggers.
All the trigger words to get them going, you know. So, get on there and point the finger and I'm better than you, and so people buy into that. And they believe in it.
A tough guy.
They believe in it. So they believe it. So whatever he say, man, they believe it.
That's true.
His last
and
speech.
he doesn't have to say much.
His last speech, you talking about
like the airports?
Hold on. His last speech, he said, the wall is beautiful, you should see it, it's big. Ain't no wall. There is no wall. But in his speech, he told his crowd, the wall is big, it's beautiful, it's big.
Well,
it's
they'll just believe him, and they'll never go see
25
it.
miles.
Huh?
I thought they built like 25 miles.
They did? No.
I just saw something. It was like $1.7 billion built, like, not very much.
I didn't think they built anything.
But it's like a fence.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
It's like a tall iron fence. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like sticks.
But I'm saying, but he tells these people this stuff, and they believe it because he knows, number one, you're not traveling, you're not going to see for yourself, you're not going to investigate. So people they want to believe.
Right.
They want to believe it.
We want to believe. We live in a world now where and it's sad. I don't know if y'all seen Spider-Man yet, but one of the things in Spider-Man, the villain said in the movie, spoiler alert, is the time we live in now, people want to believe in anything. They believe in anything.
True.
You got to give them something. They believe in anything. That's the world we live in now. People will believe whatever you put in front of them, they believe it. 100%.
That's true.
They don't do no investigating. So, it's... And Trump knows that. Now, granted, his base is not big enough to I think, win the election. But the problem is the Democrat is not strong enough.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
All right.
Yeah. Did you guys watch his July 4th speech?
I don't watch none of that stuff.
Did you guys see the video?
No, I didn't want to give him any ratings.
So, I read about it, and then I did watch the video to see what was actually said. Because I thought, okay, so here's what happened. They were talking about how
I'm sorry.
he said, he was talking about like the American Revolutionary War, and he said something about
And a Sprite, please.
how they couldn't take it over the airports. And so I read that in the headline, and I thought, no way. Like, there is no way that that's what he said. Like, no way.
He said it.
Well, yeah, so I watched the video, and he did. I thought maybe it was one of those things where it was one of those, like, challenges where one person hears this crazy thing and another person hears something else. No, he said airports. They were not airports in 1773. Just so that everybody is aware of that, in case you weren't sure. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, no.
That's the only reason I watched it, because I needed to know what he
That he
said.
actually said that.
And he did.
Unbelievable.
It was just like, I saw the headline and I thought, there's no way that could be right.
I mean, you know, he's not unfamiliar with an occasional goof from time to two.
Well, yeah, and I didn't, and of course I did not watch the whole speech. I just watched that clip, so he might have been talking about airports earlier, and maybe then he just slipped up, but I don't know because I didn't watch it.
Sure, no doubt.
But still, if you're going to address a whole country, then I feel like you should get it right.
I agree.
Would you like pico jalapeno or sour cream?
Sour cream
I don't know.
and pico. Both
I think we also need to talk about The Little Mermaid.
And nothing to drink
Yes.
or anything?
Does it run the news?
Because I am mad. Sure.
I'm sorry, Ron.
Yeah, what?
Nothing to drink or
No, I'm
anything?
okay. Thank you. Okay, so Disney, I love them. There's some issues there, but they're doing a bunch of live actions.
Way to stand your ground, Ron.
I already said I was. I can't unsee what I saw. Anyhow, back to Disney. So they are doing a bunch of live action movies. So like The Lion King's coming out, and so they have announced a couple other ones. So Mulan has now been announced, and The Little Mermaid.
So The Little
No.
Mermaid is live action?
It's going to be real people.
Oh, wow.
I don't really know how, but so is Mulan. And I'm disappointed about Mulan for a different reason, so we'll get to that. But The Little Mermaid, here's what's happening. If you haven't seen the movie, let me explain to you. She is a mermaid. She lives under the sea. She's fictional. She's a cartoon. She has red hair and she's white because The Little Mermaid came out in 1989. And she has a beautiful voice. And she sells her voice to the Sea Witch to gain legs because she falls in love with Prince Eric. Okay. Now, she can't go to land, right, because she's a fish. So she has to get legs. She has to be human. So she's a beautiful singer, and that's what is important to the story. So they have cast
Haley Bailey.
yes, and
Halle Bailey.
yes, every single time I'm like, wait, what's her name? Because I want to say Halle Berry,
Berry, yeah.
and that's not it. She is a wonderful singer. She and her twin sang the national anthem recently, and they are phenomenal. Now, here's why people are mad. Ariel shouldn't be black.
Okay.
She's a fictional fish creature person. She can be
Okay.
whatever color she wants.
Okay, the question I have, because I saw a lot of this, and I think to myself, how many people are mad? What's the number?
I will tell you that Not My Ariel and Colored were trending on Twitter on July 4th.
Yeah, so
Wow, on July 4th.
So my question is this, okay, is it just a vocal minority? Well, let's say, I don't know, it's 10,000 people. Is that enough to really be mad about? Like, nobody cares about the thoughts of 10,000 people.
But if they are 10,000 people and they are being the squeaky wheel,
Yeah.
then certainly they're going to get some attention.
I think that's what a lot of these mob mentalities is, just a squeaky wheel that people paying attention to them. Like, I could care less if Ariel's black or white. I'm not going to see it anyway. So it doesn't really speak to me or my demographic. I know some people say, well, imagine if so-and-so played Black Panther. And I was like, yeah, but it's called Black Panther.
I mean, but this is definitely...
But Nick Fury was a white guy in the comics.
This
And now
has
Nick Fury-
spurred some good memes, just as far as people also finding other culturally insensitive characters.
my
Yeah, Tarzan
goodness.
being a white guy. And all, yeah.
I mean, like the meme game the past week has been incredible.
It's been really funny to watch people put different celebrities as characters in The Little Mermaid so this is like one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. So they've been cracking me up. So like Prince Eric has an angry French cook, and he gets so mad at Sebastian because Sebastian keeps running away. Anyway, Sebastian's a crab. And so people want Gordon Ramsay to play the chef. I'm on board with that.
Great.
That's
great.
Yeah.
Apparently Melissa McCarthy is going to be Ursula. She's the Sea Witch. But somebody posted like a picture of Ursula, and she's purple. And a picture of Guy Fieri in a purple shirt with his white spiky hair because Ursula has white spiky hair. And it made me laugh really hard.
That's funny.
And then I sent you guys one about Samuel L. Jackson being
Yes.
King Triton,
Yes.
which is Ariel's dad.
Yes.
And that was also funny.
That's perfect. That's pretty perfect.
Yeah, I just never really cared.
I just think it's ridiculous that people are so upset that Ariel's going to be black.
A fictional character.
But people was mad when the black dude was in Star Wars. Remember that big uproar when the one dude, when they made her a woman, the Skywalker was a woman, and then they made the black dude was somebody. Everybody was mad about that, and it still did $1 billion.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean, so this will probably be good for the ratings.
Yeah, people will see it. The people that are mad.
Be in theater or will it be
Theater.
on TV?
It's going to be in theaters.
So the people that are mad are going to see it.
They're not mad that Beyonce is Nala, though, in The Lion King.
They're not mad about that.
No, but she's just Nala's voice, so maybe it's because she's not actually on the screen. I don't know. Anyway, I'm mad about Mulan. I'm not mad about it, but I'm not going to watch it because they're taking out Mushu, and I don't know if you've ever seen Mulan, but...
Who is Mushu?
Okay, so let me give you the rundown of Mulan.
The rundown with pudding.
Punch you. So, Mulan is a Chinese princess, and she starts out the movie as a geisha, and they're trying to marry her off. Right? She's the only daughter of her parents. So, like, she doesn't have siblings. So then the war breaks out in China, and they say that every family has to send a father or a son to fight in the war. And her dad's like old and uses a cane, and she's like, you can't go fight. So she dresses up like a dude, she fights in the war so her dad doesn't have to go. She gets found out, blah, blah, blah. But her ancestors send like a guardian with her. And this guardian is this tiny little dragon named Mushu, and he's actually played by Eddie Murphy in the cartoon. And he is so funny. And I just feel like it's not Mulan without Mushu, because Mushu is there to guide. See?
Look at that.
Everybody's
Other
mad
people
about
are
it.
passionate about this.
If there's no Mushu, I'm not watching it. Mushu makes the movie. It's not. She will not be Mulan. Her travels will be totally different without Mushu.
Why didn't I put Mushu in the
He's
movie?
funny. They want to stick more to the traditional story of Mulan and less the Disney story. So they're not doing any of the songs, and they're not doing Mushu. Now,
So wait,
here's
the
the
Lion
thing.
King, are they doing Hakuna Matata?
Yes. All the other movies, as far as I know, will have the same songs. The Disney songs are very iconic to the movies, and so to take those songs away, I feel like will be strange.
So Mushu
There might be
had
some
songs?
different ones or new ones.
Were there Mushu songs?
I don't know if Mushu sang or not. Mulan for sure did.
Huh.
But Mushu's funny, and he needs to be in it.
You know, Ron, I'm getting the impression that you spent a lot of time with your Walt Disney babysitter as a child.
First of all, I am related to Walt Disney. Second of all, I like Disney movies. I wish that there was animals to clean my house.
You related to Walt Disney?
Yeah.
Are you getting any residual effect?
No, I'm not that related to him.
Can you get the heavy hitters some tickets?
I'll
Right.
try.
I'll find out your bloodline.
If we're all gonna go watch The Little Mermaid, I'll buy all the tickets.
Yeah, I'm not going to
No, I want to go to
I'll pass.
World or Land,
No, I've never even been there.
World or Land, what is that?
Disney.
Oh, you ever been to Disney?
No, she hasn't.
I've
I'm
never been
saying
there.
If she's a relative,
My grandmother-
I would like tickets to World or Land.
How are you related to Walt Disney?
Yeah, he's somehow related through my grandma Clegg. We're also related to General Robert E. Lee. And General Buford, which is fun because Robert E. Lee fought for the South.
She's got a long
and
history of hating her blood.
I do. And General Buford fought for the North. And then, so in my family, the side that's related to Lee married the side that is related to Buford.
So if you were a twin and you had a twin that was the exact opposite of Run and was on another podcast,
Yeah.
what would your views of life be? If
I feel like-
if one of you took after the Northern General and the other took
Yeah.
after
I think that my
General Lee.
personal life and worldview would probably be a little bit stronger. I think that my family's views kind of led me down this path in general. So if I had a twin who was totally opposite from me, I feel like I would have just propelled down this track much faster. And I have a sister, and nobody even knows that because I don't talk to her, so I probably wouldn't talk to the twin either.
How old is your sister?
She's
younger than you?
no, she's older. She's I'll be 31, so she's 38.
Oh, Okay.
Is there a
You got
reason why you
the
don't talk
pictures?
I think that she's a horrible human being. That's why I don't talk to her.
Do you
There's
have
multiple
any
people in my family I don't talk to because I think they're horrible people.
Is she run times fun? Is she like
No.
the
She's a
liberal
loser.
run?
She's a loser, and she's only my half sister technically.
Okay.
We only share half our DNA.
Okay. Is she hot?
No. No, she's
Okay.
birthed like 8 children.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm not kidding either. I'm not.
She's fertile myrtle.
Run has a lot of nieces and nephews.
No, I only have 3. She was a surrogate because she doesn't want to work. Anyway.
She's trying to beat the game.
She
Wow.
probably is listening. That'd be my luck today.
Wow.
Is that the first day she tuned in?
Right.
Make sure you text her and we can get you on the show.
Yeah.
You guys can talk it out because we're all about seeing sisters get back together
Yes.
and unite.
One time we were
and
united.
Run misses her nieces and nephews. How many of them you have remaining?
There's 3.
However.
And one
All
time
3 of them.
One time we were united. Once.
Y'all fight?
Because the common hatred of one person brings people together.
That's true.
So one time we were united.
That's true.
Does-
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Does she live in Indiana?
She does. She actually lives in the house that we grew up in,
Wow.
which is weird.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We learned-
There you go. There's some insight on Run tonight.
We learned a lot about pudding tonight, man.
Whole lot of pudding. Whole lot of
A whole
pudding.
lot of pudding. She hate that name.
Done. Yeah,
Oh.
I
So
do.
tell us about this
I'm not.
this life change you're
I
on.
will not. I'm not talking about it.
You posted the pictures and you want
Yeah.
people to buy into your.
I would be happy to talk about it with people who appreciate it and respect what I am doing. And so, therefore, if you would like
But you're
to know,
not, but you're not
you can
talking to
message me.
us. You're talking to your many listeners.
Right. So my many listeners can message
Your
me.
Runamax, your Run Maniacs.
I kind of like that
Yeah.
one, though.
So
No.
is it like a juice that it's a pudding that you buy? What's the name of the company you get it from?
That one I'm for sure not saying on the air.
The name of the company you get it from?
No. If you would like to know, you can message me and we can have a
But
conversation.
people they don't know your message, so you gotta give me your email on the show.
No, you can message me on Instagram.
Natural pudding.
Why would you not? Well, know what? Jeezy has been doing some trading here
Get you
lately.
some of that flat tummy pudding.
Look,
You guys need it.
I don't. Jeezy has been trading lately, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I've been doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, if y'all want to make some money, and y'all tired of going to that 9 to 5 and working for the man, holla at your boy. Go to WinTrades, WYNTrades.com, man. Get all the information, or you can inbox me at wintrades@gmail.com, and I'll get you that info, dog. For real. Make this bread.
All right.
Great PSA.
Yeah, WinTrades, dog. I'm in the process, man, of breaking that chain to have FU money. And once I get that amount of money, y'all really won't like me there, because I can really take the filter off and not worry about nothing.
You don't have one anyway.
I got a filter now. I watch what I say.
That's
D'Lo, did you watch the Oprah interview that I told you to watch? No, you didn't. Man,
I've been
I
stressed.
really wanted to talk about it.
I will be ready for Tell Me Why You Mad, Son, but no, I did not watch the Oprah interview yet. I ended up working.
Okay, that's fair. I just need you to watch it because I need somebody to talk to.
And I want to be able to talk to you about it.
Because my friends won't watch it. They're like,
I-
it's too hard to watch.
I
I'm like,
will watch
I
it.
know, that's why it's important.
I will watch
What
it.
happened?
Okay.
What was the interview about?
The interview, so we talked about When They See Us. And so Oprah actually interviewed the cast and the director of When They See Us. So her interview is also on Netflix. It's called When They See Us Now. And then she talked to the Exonerated Five also. It's like an hour. Watch with a box of Kleenex.
We'll talk about it. Yo, I watched Bill Maher last week. He made a very good point as to who can beat Donald Trump in the 2020 election.
What was the consensus?
Oprah Winfrey.
I just don't see it.
She can beat that. He was like...
She could beat him for sure, but I don't think she'll run.
He was like, she checked all the boxes that it takes, all that it requires. Celebrity, check. The black vote, check. He was like, white men aren't afraid of her, check. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and all the boxes that we require to beat Donald Trump. Even though she's not running, he's like, please, like, you have to run. Like, she's the only thing, like, no one else checks all the boxes. Like, Like no one else would get anybody motivated to get up and vote. Like Oprah Winfrey would.
That makes sense.
I thought Michelle Obama she could do it too.
I think
I don't think she would want to.
She wouldn't want to, but she could beat Donald Trump though.
yeah.
I just feel like
Now we just need the ambulance. That's all we're waiting on tonight.
I just feel like the current crop of candidates, none of them
No.
will beat Trump in the election. None of them. Not Mayor Pete, because the whole I hate to say it, the gay thing. Yeah, that ain't
It's going to be
fun.
hard getting the black vote on
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Like you not getting the black vote for that.
No.
Why not?
Because
What do you mean, why not?
Because blacks are Christian conservatives
Conservatives, historically,
without the vote.
they not voting for Mayor Pete.
Nah, too difficult.
There's
We have
too-
too many issues as far
I
as
feel like-
accepting homosexuality.
Yeah, we
within-
I feel like the white generation above me and older is also that way.
Yeah,
I think people my age and younger
real
are
talk,
really the only group that is like,
black
yeah,
people,
it's okay.
To be honest, black people thoughts is more Republican than it is Democrat. But we just vote Democrat because they became the cool party, the party of like swag and cool and all hip. But really,
When did that happen?
Clinton.
Okay.
Nah, before that.
But if you go to
So
the
like
South,
when did the Democrats become the cool party?
Martin Luther King and
Martin Luther King was a Republican. People don't realize Martin Luther King was a Republican.
But it was John F. Kennedy that helped get him. John and Robert F.
Right,
Kennedy
but what I'm saying, if you
helped
go-
get him out of prison, and that shifted the cultural change to where black folks started pulling more towards the Democratic
plus the Democratic Party, they started doing this.
Oh,
They started tailoring their politics towards getting the black vote. But in reality, black people think, act, and feel more like Republicans, man.
Let's pick that
Okay.
thought up in just a second because you're absolutely right. Hey, folks, you listen to the Heavy Hitters Radio Show on Independent Radio. We're here just talking about some things. And listen, I'm just now checking the Heavy Hitters Instagram account. And we definitely got some messages from my man Big Gates down in Houston. He definitely wanted to go back to the, Jeezy, what you were talking about as far as cost of living. Says Houston is kind of high, but the jobs pay good here. Also going back to the previous conversation related to Disney movies, he says it's funny how people are mad about the mermaid BS, but I bet them same people went to see the new Men in Black movie. LOL. That's a great point too, because I believe I didn't see the movie, but I think the characters were not the traditional
They were not.
black,
But
white,
the
male.
only change is the gender of one of the characters.
Gotcha.
Like Will Smith was black, and then Tessa Thompson is black.
But I don't remember much of an uproar about that.
There was
They're
nothing.
both black. I mean, we're going to argue about the women.
But
and
should we? Well, we shouldn't argue and say that a male role was recasted as a
Well,
female.
it wasn't. But it wasn't a recap. It wasn't a reboot. It's just an ongoing.
God, she's a
story.
new employee.
A new employee of the.
Gotcha.
It was like, wasn't it overseas? This
The
movie?
international, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's. I mean, a lot of the stuff, like, in all honesty, I don't even care. I don't even know enough about it to even care. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. I don't care who the character is. If it's black or white, if it's a good movie,
Right.
it's a good movie.
Sell me on the movie itself. Sell me on the acting. Sell me
Yeah.
on the storyline.
Yeah, that's it.
Let those be what determines. If I can believe you in your role, it's probably a good movie.
That's it. Saving Private Ryan, they had no black people in it. It was a good movie. You know what I mean? Like, it was a good movie. Like, I don't know.
Big Gay said it's called Men in Black, and he emphasized black.
Men in black. They wore black
They wore
suits.
black suits, man.
They still wore black suits in this last one.
It's not men
They
or
try to
black.
bring us down, Big Gates.
It ain't
I'm just
men
saying.
or black. It
It's
ain't
not
men or black.
Right.
But I get it. But run anxiety just went up like.
Yep. Sure did.
Passionate about it.
I think
The
that
passion of pudding.
I think that people should just watch the movie if they want to, or
I don't.
if you really want Ariel to be white, then just watch the cartoon.
Watch the cartoon, man.
Because guess what? She was white with red hair. Although I did see something that made me laugh really hard. It said, imagine believing that Jesus is white and Ariel can't be black.
Oh, you know what? I emphasize that wrong. Big Gates is right. It's called Men in Black.
No.
The emphasis on men.
Oh yeah.
You're right, my bad, Big Gates, I did.
Whatever.
Read that.
That's
Men.
sexist and
We're
horrible.
not everything got to be men and women. You got to include everybody. You know how it is nowadays. Yeah, but Jesus is not black. Jesus is not
No.
white.
Jesus-
Are you
Jesus
kidding
looked more like Saddam Hussein.
Jesus can't be white.
be fair.
It just doesn't work.
Saddam Hussein had melanin.
That's what I'm saying. From
Jesus for sure had to be brown.
Jesus for sure looks more like Saddam Hussein. Osama bin
Geographically,
Laden.
he needed to be brown.
That's what I'm saying.
Otherwise, he'd be sunburnt every day.
Yeah, he's not.
He's brown.
He's not Serge Borgia, who everybody keeps showing pictures of. They created who Pope Alexander III brought as white Jesus, but you know we ain't got to go into all that.
Also, they've recently released all these pictures of Cleopatra, and she looks very white.
She's not white.
Yeah,
and
they
science
keep
is
trying to
saying
make
that they
Cleopatra
have to be.
even
She's
more
not white. She's from
Caucasian.
Egypt.
She's not.
Egypt
Right.
had people of color, not
Egypt.
necessarily black people
In Africa.
but there was more like Middle Eastern people, which are brown people
Right.
from that region of the country.
I mean, in today's world, but you know, I would have to think, you know, given that we're going back hundreds of years, man, that the people probably were more brown at the time,
Yeah,
and our melanin is only lightened as time has moved forward. So I can definitely see the argument for there being more melanin in those in those characters, as opposed to them being these images that we've been sold through most of our television life.
Yeah, but like it's ridiculous. But the problem is when you're in a country where you're the minority, you're not going to get represented properly. That's just how it is. We don't own the networks. We're not in charge of those things, man. So you know, it's just how it be sometime, you know.
Would you like ketchup?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
So it's just
And just in case you want more, you took the last of the shrimp.
Oh, okay, cool. Can I have some pico or
He
some
puts it
salsa? Is that
on- yeah.
okay? Thank you.
but yeah. So Ron, you got some more for that Run That News?
Yes, I have lots of things because we didn't get to it last week.
Sweet.
So I think we should probably talk about Coco. Do you guys know who that is?
Give me a refresher.
She plays tennis.
Oh, the one that beat Venus and several
Yeah.
other people.
Yes. So she is 15. She's 15. 1-5. She's 15. And she made it to Wimbledon. And she beat Venus Williams in the first round. She just lost in like whatever round they're in.
And this
But
is last
like,
the shrimp.
can you imagine being 15
I'll
today
believe that.
and now being this superstar in
Well-
the sport that you have chosen to play and that you beat your icon?
Well, to be fair, in tennis,
Like, that's cool.
in tennis,
Yeah,
you usually start around 15, 16 when you start getting really good. Like, with Venus and Serena, with more or less Serena, what she's doing is really unprecedented to be her age and still dominating the sport of tennis. Because usually they flame out around 30. Really, like 27, 28, you flame out, and then the next crop of 17, 18-year-olds come in and start beating you. So what Serena's doing is really unprecedented. But yeah,
Well, she
Coco-
beat Venus, but
No, I'm saying like as far as being 15, Coco being 15 is
Yeah.
really, you know,
I just think that that's really cool.
yeah.
And she, I don't know, she's very down to earth. She's like, you know,
Well, now she is because she's 15.
right. She's like, I just want to play tennis and I'm glad I made it this far. Like, so I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
So she just lost.
Well, in the quarter, in the semis, right?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
I know. What were you doing at 15?
Hell of a run at 15.
Right. Wasn't playing tennis, that's for sure.
Right.
But I was definitely trying to hit something.
Ew.
For sure.
It's gross. That's gross.
Well, you asked.
I was probably playing pocket pool. Continue.
I am moving on. So, did you guys hear that Old Town Road is sung by a gay singer? Did you guys know that? And he's black.
Yeah. well,
Turns out he's gay now.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it, so here we are talking about it.
Ron, you gotta
Um,
tell me how the Pilgrims feel about this.
They don't care.
Yeah. And he did it good
I mean,
too.
it's a black dude. I mean, come on, he got
They don't
kicked.
care.
He got kicked off the country charts temporarily because the song wasn't hip hop enough. And you mean to tell me that Pilgrim America does not have a problem with a black gay cowboy
He'll make
singing
more money
country
now.
music?
No.
Well, that's very progressive.
They don't care because Billy Ray Cyrus is on that song.
Right.
But what
So it's
about
okay.
going forward?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that he'll have his niche, his little niche market.
I don't know that a person named Lil anything will make it that far in country music. To be honest with
He
you.
will.
Darius Rucker had to go to his actual name, even though people still call him Hootie.
Hootie.
Yeah, he'll make it. But he'll get enough of country stars on his album that people like.
Yeah, that's what he'll have to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think it matters that he's gay.
But you
I
don't
think
think
it
so?
ma-
You don't think that'll deter some country artists?
No, I think it'll matter that he's. No, I don't think it. I don't know that it will deter the artist because the artists know how popular Old Town Road is, and so then the other artists are making money. I think for the listeners, it's if they don't care that he's a black country star, then they're not going to care that he's also gay. But I think if they care that he's black, then they're also going to care that he's gay.
But to be fair, I think country. I think there's different levels of country. Like bluegrass country, people ain't gonna listen regardless because he's black.
Oh, no way.
But country is going more kind of the pop route anyway. So he'll get those people anyway. He'll get the fringe country
Since
people.
Hootie came before him, I think he'll be safer. He was the first one.
But he's much more hip hop than Hootie.
Yes, for sure.
But if you listen to country music, it's more hip hop. They got a song Gin and Juice. They sing Gin and Juice. You know, so I don't think he'll make a lot of money regardless of whether people buy him or he'll make
For
money.
sure. For sure. So for my Indiana people and all the white girls my age,
Yeah, you got $2. I'm trying to get a drink.
Amber
Bro, I don't
from
have any
Teen
cash on
Mom
me.
I need a little piece of that.
was recently arrested, and she has been arrested
Go
before
ahead, bro. You got it.
multiple times. So she used to live in Anderson, and so she's got a daughter who's 10, and she has another little boy who just turned 1. So she has been arrested for domestic battery multiple times, and so she was arrested again over the 4th of July. So, Amber,
Are we
take
gonna
your
address
meds.
that?
What just happened?
What happened?
That just didn't happen, huh?
D-Lo got the last of the shrimp and he gave it away. He's a kind soul. He's nicer than us.
I used to be a Christian at some point in my life.
Fair. See, some of those morals still reign true.
It's my foundation.
That's how I was raised. Yes, so that's what's happening in the world of nonsense. Also, Beth Chapman died. We didn't get to talk about her last week.
Actually, the dude from Grown Ups died. A lot of people died. Death comes in threes.
I
man.
know.
Ross Perot.
He died?
Too quieter, gentlemen. Yes, so Beth Chapman is Dog Chapman's wife. Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, she was sick for a long time and she recently passed away. So they spread her ashes in the ocean of Hawaii. How many people's ashes do you think are in the ocean?
A lot.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the common thing to do.
I
Spread my
especially
ashes in the ocean.
Especially if you're from an area that is near ocean.
Right. Maybe I want to be made into a tree
I don't know.
when I
I
die.
mean, all the Africans came from Africa. So they still in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't really expect it to take that turn.
Yeah,
or I wouldn't ask that
Oh,
question.
you know I'm gonna take that turn. That
I
pilgrimage.
know, but
You know.
I think. What do you guys want to do when you die? Like, do you want
Do
your
we have
whole
to have
body?
this discussion
I
now?
want
Yes.
to be hooked up to the internet.
Do you want your whole body to be buried? Are you going to give away your organs? Are you going to be cremated? Like, what are your thoughts?
I'm probably gonna go as a full package into the ground.
Really?
Yeah, I think so at this
Okay.
point. I don't necessarily want to be burnt up, and I definitely don't want to be cut open. And
They're going to cut you open anyway.
I mean, true, but they don't have to grab all of my stuffing out. So, just in case by some miracle God decides to wake everybody up from this coma of death, I want everything in order so I can get back to this earthly pimping.
Moose wants his ashes spread in Hallville.
Moose.
Moose, we'll make sure to get some Long's Donuts too.
Well,
I ain't
y'all
eating that
laugh. I
bash.
told y'all I want to transcend. So just hook me up to the internet.
Let's keep going.
You
Right. If you can find a
moving.
way to keep the mind going,
Keep mine going.
do
yo.
what you need to with the rest of me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hook me up to the internet. I'm gonna transcend. I'll be Siri.
I want someone to take all of my organs that are still functioning and give them to someone who's alive. And
Yeah, black folks don't believe in that in most cases.
I know this. But like, because I'm a pilgrim and this is what I do, I donate blood and I don't worry about that stuff.
What
And
about the people that want to be buried as a tree?
I would totally be on board with that. You can make me into a tree.
You know what, though? Black people
Or you just plant a tree in my memory and you can donate my whole body to science. I don't care. I don't need it.
black people will never put that they are organ donors because you have to put it on your driver's license.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
many of us feel like at that point our lives become targeted for those organs.
That makes
melanin.
sense.
With that
Yeah.
melanin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've talked about that. Have we talked about Henrietta Lacks on the show?
Who?
Ooh, you don't know who Henrietta Lacks is? You should know who Henrietta Lacks is. I'm saying her name 100 times so that everybody knows who Henrietta Lacks is.
Is she the lady that created Relax?
No. She is responsible for HeLa cells. Well, run, what are HeLa cells? Let me tell you. So, the story of Henrietta Lacks is she was a farmer, and she had cervical cancer. So, she went to Johns Hopkins. This was like in the 40s and 50s. She went to Johns Hopkins. She was getting treated. She didn't understand the legal jargon on the paperwork she was signing. Her family didn't understand it. They just weren't educated. They didn't know what it meant. And she was like 28. They ended up treating her, but also in a treatment that was unsuccessful. But they also took her cervix cells because they reproduce at a rapid rate. And so...
she's got like cells that are still out there.
Cells
She's
are
that
still
lady.
alive. Yes, yep. That's
Okay.
Henrietta Lacks. So with those cells, I mean, of course, they took them without permission. The family was not getting anything.
She was a black woman.
She was black. And so she ended up dying at the age of like 29. She had like a 2-year-old at home. And so those cells then were used in all kinds of different research because they would continue to reproduce. And so, like the polio vaccine, HeLa cells helped to create that. There was something else that was major too, but the scary part is that she went to get treatment for this disease that was going to kill her, and they took her cells, and no one knew. The family didn't know anything about it, and they didn't get anything from it until the 90s.
I mean, how often do you think that stuff happens?
I don't-
People knowing.
So my mom works in the medical profession, and she always has. And so I was telling her about Henrietta Lacks, and she said, "There's no way that's true. They would never do that." And I said, "Mama, it's true." Like, so I think it probably. I don't know how much it happens today,
A lot.
but I do think that it happened more in the past. I'm not saying it doesn't happen today. I just think maybe it happened more in the past than it does today.
Thank you.
I believe it happens a lot more today than it did in the past.
Why do you gotta talk so much? Where you get-
When you sign that paperwork, you know what you're signing. You just sign it.
So read it. Be informed.
Well, if you don't understand legal terms, and you understand the language, you still won't understand it. If you got the money, you get an attorney. I mean, how many times you go to the doctor's office and say, "Fill this out"? You just fill it out.
Yeah. Too
I-
often.
I always read it.
Every line by line.
Yeah.
Even the disclaimers.
Yes.
Yeah, right? But you're one of like a million.
I'm a very much read the directions type of person.
I can see that.
So you read the Apple, you go through the Apple, and there's the update, you read that stuff too?
Yep.
You do not read the user agreement.
Yes, I do.
No, you didn't. Now you playing.
Yes, I do. No, but I always read like when I download apps because it tells you what it's going to use when the app is open and when it's not.
And you still download anyway because
Thank
you
you.
can't get the app unless you agree to it.
Right. So some things I'm like, nope, that's not worth it.
Right, true that. Jeezy, we haven't talked about sports at all. And
That's not true. We talked about tennis.
It's not
that
a
was
sport.
part of Run That News.
Still a sport.
We haven't talked about man sports yet.
Right.
And
Sports that matter.
Wow.
in the world of the
These are
NBA,
assholes.
we just had free agency pass, man. There were a lot of players changing zip codes, bro. So what are kind of your thoughts on who went where? And Big Gates wants to know where Westbrook is going to go.
I think the front runner where Westbrook is going to go is Miami, obviously, but they need another team to get in the deal to make that money match up. I think Detroit is another landing spot that's been rumored as far as being out there. I think that's probably the best from a competitive.
You think Westbrook automatically makes Detroit a contender in the East?
Absolutely. But I think the problem is that contract, yo.
It's huge.
4 years from now, $52 million.
It's huge.
Like that's a lot. That's a hard pill to swallow.
That's hard to take on, and I think Westbrook is now on the wrong side of 30.
Right. So, I think he's like right at 30 or 31.
Yeah.
So that contract goes, he's like 34 with a player option. He's not turning down $52 million.
No, not at all. There's no way you can opt out of that at that age.
Right.
That's just bad business. So whoever gets it, man, you're carrying around a hell of a weight. Even with escalating salaries and the free agent ceiling getting bigger, 50-some-odd million is still a lot for a 34-year-old.
Exactly. So I look at teams that make sense. I think Milwaukee can eat that contract. And you're paying with Giannis over the next 4 years. I think you got something there.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but Moose says Westbrook and Lake
And Blake.
Blake could be trouble.
Talking about Detroit.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm just piping in as I see text messages occur. Continue.
True that.
Yeah, so, I agree with that, but obviously you got Kawhi made the power move into the Clippers.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Because I know the Paul George move for sure caught me off guard, man. I didn't see that happening, but somehow he played his way out of OKC.
Yeah.
And they're with the Clippers with Kawhi.
Well, the initial trade was for Westbrook and Paul George to go to Toronto. And Toronto turned that deal down. Because they was going to get Siakam and like 4 first-rounders for that trade.
Wow, Siakam is worth all that?
You get Paul George and Westbrook.
But Siakam was clearly the deal breaker.
No, Toronto didn't want it.
Because Toronto didn't want to part with Siakam.
They didn't want that Westbrook contract. That's why they didn't want it. Was the Westbrook contract. And plus, man, organizations are starting to be smarter about who they get that money to, man. Like, you can't, like I say, being 34 and $52 million is a lot.
A lot.
And, as much as everybody loved Paul George, he got 2 shoulder injuries. He come back home and he got a rod in his leg.
Yeah.
Like, on paper, it looks good, Paul George, but it's like, like with Kevin Durant, everybody's talking about Golden State. I'm like, Golden State is happy that he left. I think as an organization, because like, man, you're 31 years old, you're 32. When you come back, you're gonna be 32, 33 on a bad Achilles.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna pay you.
Who wants to
50.
pay you a max?
Right. So I'm paying you. I'm gonna give you a 4-year deal, a 5-year deal, and 2 of those years you're not gonna be productive. And then I don't know what I'm getting. 3, like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow. So financially, I'm sure that they're glad.
They're glad.
That
Right,
he's
you know
gone.
what? We cool. I'd rather pay D'Angelo Russell 23,
And he about 23.
and he clearly is on the upside of his career. His trajectory is swinging up.
Yeah.
Where Kevin Durant, we don't know where he's gonna be at.
He's a better, less expensive option.
Right now. I know it's easy to say, well, he's Kevin Durant. But yeah, he's Kevin Durant on a bad Achilles. so we don't know what he's gonna be when he get back.
Yeah, no, that's real. But I think the rest of the NBA made some interesting moves too. Certainly the Lakers got a little bit deeper. I'm kind of wondering if Boogie Cousins is capable of coming back and being the Boogie that we knew when he was in New Orleans and Sacramento.
He's overweight and he got a bad Achilles. And he will be good. Don't get me wrong, he might be better, a little bit better than he was, but the Boogie that we knew, that player is done. I mean, it's hard to come back from Achilles injuries, man.
Yeah, for sure. But, him being young enough, it seems like he'd still be able to have an opportunity to be an impact player. And maybe LA's a good situation for him. Somebody like LeBron who's going to intentionally get the ball to him.
Yeah, but we saw him last year. We saw when they looked for him, he just cannot get off the ground. And I think the way the NBA is moving to a more of a fast-paced, up-tempo game, it's hard to find places for him to play on the floor. You know what I mean? It's hard for him to find places to be effective when you're not.
Not as explosive.
Not as explosive. You're
slower.
You're slower, so it's hard. So it's not necessarily the offense; it's the defense.
Yeah.
Who you going on the pick and roll? You can't switch them out.
Nope.
You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate, man. A lot of those guys that are not mobile or effective are playing themselves
being phased out.
Are phased out, like Dwight Howard being phased out.
Yeah, I saw that he's been traded to Memphis, and
he'll be bought out.
And they're preparing to buy out for him, man. And we can talk about Dwight Howard all day, man. I mean, just his last year alone. He's
been on 5 teams in 5 years.
The injured glute and the whole situation with
the
transsexual, man. Dwight Howard is an episode in itself.
And the part is he was a Hall of Fame player in Orlando.
Yeah.
Went to the Lakers. Kobe got his ass.
Done.
Figuratively, got his ass.
He liked that part.
And he ain't been the same since. Like, he has not been the same. So, I mean, all these players, they want to go to LA, they want to play in the limelight, but can you handle the spotlight is the question. Like, D'Angelo Russell clearly couldn't handle playing in that spotlight. So when he went to Brooklyn, kind of got away from it. All of a sudden, he's an all-star.
Yeah, true.
So everybody don't have that DNA to handle the lifestyle off the court and on the court.
I get that, but I think a guy like Quinn Cook is going to help that team too. And keeping Kuzma, I think the Lakers will definitely still be a threat.
Yeah, I think the Lakers will be good.
But certainly the Clippers didn't lose a whole lot of that team from last year. It still pulled in 2 dominant 3-way player or 2-way players.
But the thing is, I look at teams that no one's talking about is Denver.
For sure.
Denver's going to be an excellent team.
Yeah.
Still, they're going to get better. They added some pieces. I think Utah, get Mike Conley and getting a couple of pieces that work as a team, they're going to be better. I think Golden State still going to be just as good as they was, because now all of a sudden you add another scorer, and then you add a secret that I thought was a good pickup was Willie Cauley-Stein, who's an athletic.
He went to Golden State.
Who's an athletic
certainly
big.
upgrade him from a center defensive standpoint.
Defense and athletic big. I think that's a sneaky good pickup. I think Houston, if they just stand pat, Houston.
Right.
We forget Houston is only one. They lose to the greatest team ever assembled in Golden State. That's no fault of their own.
I thought their biggest mistake was not bringing back Ariza.
Right, but you see off the cliff quick. But what I'm saying is, like, if they just stand pat, they was the best team after the All-Star break last year. The best team. They just came up against Golden State, which was arguably at the time the best team before Kevin Durant got hurt. One of the best teams of all time. So losing to Golden State is not you still head soldiers better than everybody else. I think Portland made some sneaky moves, get some players in there. I think get Hassan Whiteside to go along with Nurkic.
Can he still hold up, or is he quickly becoming dinosaur?
I think he's athletic enough that he can give you some key moments. Like, I think with big guys, you just want moments.
But he gets hurt. He gets hurt a lot.
He gets hurt a lot. So, but you got Nurkic just coming back off that leg injury. So, I feel like the West is definitely strong. So I think right now it's probably like 11 teams that can win it all, and we ain't said that in a long time.
That's true, and that's great for the league. What about, because we're here? What about my Indiana Pacers? They brought in some players. A couple of them I'm not as familiar with. I'm not real familiar with T.J. Warren.
T.J. Warren's pretty good. He's did McConnell. What's McConnell to play for
Philly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of him either, but not real familiar with T.J. Warren that came from the Suns. Not really familiar with Malcolm Brogdon. I've seen a couple of the highlights.
He was rookie of the year last year.
Last year?
Last year.
I mean, but he's a little bit older too.
He's a little bit older, yeah.
Right.
He's a
But
solid player. He's solid, very solid.
But I'm hoping that these are guys that are coming here and at least keep this team competitive while
That's it.
Vic is out, and then maybe even
I felt
become
like-
a lower-seeded Eastern
I
Conference
felt like the
playoff
Pacers
team
should make
once
a-
Vic came back.
I feel like the Pacers should make a move for Westbrook.
Do they have the? I don't know if they have the assets to pull it off. They'd have to trade away an awful lot, and I don't know if they're in that position.
And I would. Because you know what? Westbrook put asses in seats.
Oh, for sure.
You know, he's the top 12 player in the NBA. So if any team that add Westbrook, I will for sure do it. Especially if you're one of these teams that can't get players by free agencies, but you can trade for them. If I'm Charlotte, I'm looking at Westbrook and Kevin Love.
I can see that.
Bring them two in, and all of a sudden you got something. You know, you make a noise. The Hawks gonna be good. I don't think the Hawks need them because they got Trae Young, and they got a nice young core. But if you're a team that's struggling, I think the Pelicans.
Is it almost better for him to stay in OKC, because at this point in his career, it's going to be hard for a contender to want to take him on at that kind of cost, and most small market teams aren't going to want to take him on just because he is aging, and you are going to have to sacrifice a huge percentage of your cap space
For one player.
Well,
I look at OKC, and their roster right now is not that bad with Westbrook on the team, because you look at they got Gallinari, which is a shooter they've been longing for. They need the shooter. They got Kid Gilchrist. They got him, which is an up and coming defender, and he's a ball player. You add Westbrook and Steven Adams. I mean, you ain't contending for nothing, but you making some noise. You making some noise. You know, maybe you can. You know, but I think their thing is they over the luxury tax, so they trying to, and they're repeat offenders. So
I mean, but I'm sure a good reason they're over the luxury tax is because of Russell Westbrook.
With their contract.
Yeah.
So they went in on Paul George thinking they can make a title push, but once they didn't make a title push, they went out in the first round 2 years in a row. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to luxury tax to lose. And that's something Michael Jordan said about Kemba Walker. Like, we love Kemba, but we don't feel like going to the luxury tax to not make the playoffs makes sense as an organization. Don't make sense.
You got to respect that from a business standpoint.
So I mean, the Knicks can look at. You know, I think Russell Westbrook in New York will put asses in seats.
Yeah.
You know, but New York
is New York a career killer though?
But New York don't have any assets to even give up. They gave up Porzingis too early. You know, so a lot of teams are stuck because they don't have any assets to really take. When you get a superstar, you're gonna want something a lot back.
Yeah, for sure.
And and nobody so at least you want some draft picks, and you want some expiring contracts.
And if you're getting a superstar, you likely want some young players back.
Right, but who gonna do that?
Some up and comers.
So there's only a couple of teams that the Miami's willing to do that. I think Detroit. They can give up Reggie Jackson and a couple of picks.
I wonder if Boston would still consider it.
Boston. If they wouldn't have got Kemba, they would have.
You couldn't put Westbrook and Kemba in the same backcourt?
No. If they wouldn't have got Kemba, see, that's the problem with a lot of teams blowing their cap up the first week. Is that if you just be patient, okay, get the players you want, but then be patient. Like, okay, let me say, because you never know when these dominoes falls, then you get the trade market. So you got all these teams that tap themselves out. They could have been in the Russell Westbrook sweepstakes and could have got him.
But that again is the problem, though. Is it really a sweepstakes when you're going to be obligated to pay that much for Russell Westbrook? Wrong side of 30, man. And you're talking about
he's 30,
in excess of $40 million.
Yeah. You're not paying that.
And you got to still build a team around him. Can you really build a championship team around a guy who's sucking up $40 to $50 million in cap space?
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it's a hard argument. That's the only reason why I think it might even be more beneficial for him to just stay and finish his career out or this contract out in OKC.
Go sports.
Run has been silent.
Most of the stuff I just don't care about. Like, there's too much other stuff for me to think about to memorize. basketball players. So
Really?
that's where I'm at. But I did find a funny meme that I sent to you guys, and it says, I feel like everyone will appreciate this. Can y'all go back to eating the Tide Pods and leave the ice cream alone? Thanks. I would appreciate if everybody... You know what? You could even go as far back as to eat bath salts. Just leave my ice cream alone.
Leave the ice
and
cream
my
alone,
mouthwash
folks.
and my iced tea.
All of that.
Why don't women like sports?
It's not that I don't like them. I just have way too much other stuff to think about and worry about than to
Like
remember,
what? Example.
like work and taking care of.
Men have work too. We managed to do it.
Jeezy, I'm not getting into this with you
I'm just
today. Here's
asking.
what I'm telling you.
Okay.
You're not just asking. So here's what I'm telling you.
No, he's accent.
I do not care enough to make time in my life or in my brain to memorize all these players and all their stats. I will watch basketball. It's not that I don't like it. It's that I don't care enough to memorize all this stuff.
Fair enough.
I will watch my home team play. And that's that.
Fair enough. And that's why, guys, men are from Mars and women are from Venus.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be like that, Puddin'?
If everybody was from Mars, then there would be nothing to argue about.
That is 100% factual.
So,
Hey,
I mean, being gay would be cool outside of the sex part.
yeah, that part wouldn't be cool.
That part would be cool. If we could just just have like a city of women where you just go over there and have sex and go back to your man ways and your man area.
I could deal.
I could deal with that. Like, it's like being in a dorm room in college your whole life.
I could deal.
Big deal. I ain't got to argue with you. I ain't got to do nothing that you want to do. We all think the same. We have the same conversation. We have stupid debates. We have the same your whole life. But you just go to this. But you just go across town, get it in a little bit, and then you leave.
Go back to the crib.
You go back to your side. I'm all about that. How you feel about that?
I wholeheartedly disagree with it, and I'm not arguing with you tonight.
Why you disagree with that?
I'm not arguing with you tonight.
It's not, I'm not,
No,
I'm
so
not-
that's it. I disagree.
Bro,
Moving on.
we do a podcast. Like we clearly do a show.
Right, so go back to
And you were
talking
brought
about
on the
sports.
show to have the female perspective of
Right.
the show.
So I
Great
disagree
point.
about it. So
Way
go
to
back
hold her
talking about
accountable.
sports.
Yeah, so you're
So I
accountable.
disagree.
But why do you disagree? So you feel like men and women should coexist together and have petty arguments? When in
No,
fact,
Because she
If
believes
you-
in love.
if you are
Did y'all hear all the
coexisting with
Disney
someone-
movies she watched.
If you are coexisting with someone, then petty arguments should probably not be a thing. And if they are a thing, then you probably shouldn't be coexisting with that person. You should find someone else that you actually get along with. For example, I could never coexist with you because I would probably kill
yeah,
myself.
but what I'm saying is most
Love
men,
you, couldn't be around you more than Tuesday nights.
but most men can't be around women that long either. Most,
Okay.
So that's
That's
why
why
it
the
would be a
divorce
perfect,
rate's like 57%.
it would be a perfect scenario if women had their own thing where they can go shopping and do whatever they do.
Because that's all the women do.
Across their town. Most women love shopping. I'm sorry that you don't, but most women do. We can ask them over there. I guarantee they can shop.
Just don't belittle people.
I'm not belittling people.
Yeah, oh, yes, you are.
I just
So the
said-
women can just go shopping.
What-
You don't think that's
Did I-
belittling
did
people?
I just say that guys sit around and have stupid arguments? Did I not just say that about men?
He did.
I literally just said,
pigeonhole the men as well.
yeah, because that's what we do. We sit around, we have goofy arguments about sports, about would you bang a girl with no nose.
Yeah.
Like, that's stuff we talk about.
That's real. That's
that
real
makes no sense.
conversation.
Like we're men are literally cavemen.
Cavemen.
We're cavemen. And so, and I'm saying that about men. So I easily say the same about women. Like y'all do different things than us. So it'd be much easier. That's what I said. It's easy to be gay minus the sex part.
I don't think so.
I would much rather get.
Minus the sex part, but I tell you what, you can be gay and not have to have babies. That's a great benefit.
You can ask any man. This is a scale that I'll always give a guy. I'll say, okay, name something that you would want to do outside of sex with your girl that's fun. Exactly. Exactly. My point. Go to Vegas. You want to go with your boys or go with your girl?
Oh, that's easy.
Is it?
Not my girl.
Not. You want to go to Dominican Republic with your boys or with your girl?
We could probably go together.
To the DR.
Me and my girl could go to DR. I'd have to make it very understood that she is an American.
So you're saying you would much rather you would have more fun. Not just a family. I'm talking about more fun.
Yeah.
You have more fun with your girl in the DR than your boys.
Yeah, because I could probably come back by myself.
Because he said she might die.
She is an American, DR.
So, let's say, I don't know, a football game. We'll go with your boys.
Oh, my boys. I mean, in most situations, my boys, and certainly the DR with my girl only because of what's going on there currently in the news. However, most situations, I'm going to have more fun with
More
the
fun
homies.
with your homies. It's just the way it is, man. It just is, man.
Women have a different type of fun.
Different type of fun.
And
I ain't
they
think it's
don't-
bad.
You know, and certainly from a group standpoint, it's more fun to do things with people who like to do the things that you do.
If you go on a trip, a couples trip, you know what you do? You find yourself doing?
Kicking
You and
with the
the
fellas.
dude leave. Y'all go
Kicking it
do
with the fellas.
You with your boy. They leave and they go do their thing.
And
Ron, would you
the
agree
women go
with that?
and the women go shopping.
They for sure going shopping.
For sure.
What else are you doing?
The women might go get a mani-pedi or something or whatever they do on the
Hey,
island.
Ron, just face the fact that when they come, you can ask a child, you want to have fun with daddy or you want to have fun with mommy?
Oh.
Who he picking?
It ain't generally mommy.
It's not mommy. It's not.
Okay.
Why is it hard to tell the truth? Like we in the circle of truth. Y'all are anti-fun. Anything that's fun is y'all job to look at all the safety features. Is it safe? Is it, that's y'all job. Our job is to have our sons and jump off the top ladder in the bedroom. And we seen the video of the dad and the son when mama's away wrestling, slamming ladders. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
As dads, we go irresponsible so the women don't have to.
So we don't have to. Which is irresponsible means fun. But Ron, she don't want to be part of the show.
Not today.
Oh.
So Ron, if you go to Vegas, you want to go to Vegas with your guy?
I hate Vegas. I don't want to go to Vegas with anybody because I don't like Vegas.
Oh, don't be like that, Puddin'.
I don't like Vegas. I went last summer and there was
Okay.
There are too many people. I don't like
What's a
it.
fun trip for you? A fun trip.
A fun trip is to the beach.
So you want to go to the beach with your girls?
I want to go to the beach by myself.
But
For real.
But you're a loner.
I want to go by myself with a book.
You're a loner.
And the
Ron,
sun
you're
and the
not
ocean.
you're not a traditional woman. You're like
Wrong. She wants to go with 5
We
years.
say this every single week.
Yeah.
Ron wants to go with 5 years.
Actually, I am going to Florida next year, and I'm not looking forward to it because there's going to be so many people.
So lady, I'm sorry.
Maybe I'm just not a people person.
I'm sorry, Ron. Is
What
not
about
a
your
fair
sorority?
representation of women?
I love them.
I mean,
for-
your fraternity. I'm sorry.
It is a fraternity.
Sorority.
I love them, and that doesn't mean I want to be around 1,000 of
Fraternity
them
is
all at the
guys.
same
It's
time.
No, they were founded before the word sorority was in existence.
Right.
Who cares?
Everyone.
I'm not calling a lady.
You're not Greek, so you don't get it.
It's a fraternity.
Ouch.
It's a sorority.
He doesn't.
Oh, he gets it.
He's not Greek. He doesn't
I'm
understand.
black.
He completely gets it.
So,
He
I'm
just
sorry.
doesn't
I
respect
want to
it.
apologize to the ladies that Ron is not a fair representation of you gals.
Yeah, we're
But
getting
let's
run
not
light tonight.
apologize that we are belittling people enough to say that
What, the women
are
go
just gonna
shopping? How's that belittling? Every show on TV, what do women do?
Every
Shop.
show on
Shopping.
TV.
Every woman I ever talk to, what do they
'Cause
go
that's
do?
real.
Shop.
Shop. So how is that belittling to say that women like to go shopping? Malls are put in place for women to go shopping. You ever been to a store? It's like this much man stuff, 2 aisles, and the rest of the store is all lady stuff. K&G was the K&G men's store. Then what happened? Men don't buy enough, so we got to put ladies'
stuff.
clothes in there, and now it's more to get more business. So yes, it's my fault that women go shopping.
I mean, Jeezy, let's be honest. I mean, I know in my household, if somehow my mother came across a couple extra $100, what's she gonna do?
Shop!
What your mama gonna do?
Shop!
Already.
I'm just saying that women do a hell of a lot more than shopping.
Like what?
And so let's not belittle them.
How is that been?
I think you're hanging this on one particular.
I didn't
part
say
of
be
the
barefoot
argument.
and pregnant. I never said.
No.
I never said why do women wear white at the wedding because it matches the dishwasher and the refrigerator. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not. I'm saying women like to go shopping. Do they not?
That's not what you said. You said the women will just shop. Like that's all that women ever do.
So you got hung up on the word just.
The women will just shop.
90%.
No.
90% of
I
women
thought
will
that
just
was
shop.
just a minor.
Okay.
a minor note to keep the argument going forward to get to the real topic as far as what we were discussing.
No.
I think you're getting caught up on the wrong thing, Ron.
No, I just listen to what people actually say.
Well, women will, in most cases, women will just go shopping and do house stuff around the house and make sure everything's organized and neat. Yes, they would for sure do that.
Wow.
And be mature.
Okay.
And be
And be
mature.
very mature.
And have very intelligent conversations about life. While we, on the other hand, be like an all-out frat party.
Frat party.
Every day of the week. We won't eat healthy. We all kind of
We will drink
drink till we throw up.
Oh, man, the turn up will be real.
We'll be real, yeah.
We could possibly all have grandchildren, and this would still go down
still
the
go
same
down.
way.
Y'all don't understand that women are why men are domesticated. It's called a ball and chain for a reason. That's why it's called that.
Yeah.
It's not because of us. It's like, no, wait, you need to settle down. That's a term to use for men. Like, man, you're doing too much. Man, I need to settle down. I'm doing too much. I need to find this woman to slow me down because if not, I will go off the rails.
Yeah.
So y'all are the anti-fun. That's what it is. Like right now, you're not having fun. Me and Dilo having fun on the podcast.
No.
You are not. This is a clear.
Fun.
This is a clear example.
Folks, you're tuned into the Heavy Hitters Radio Show on Independent Radio. It's your boy D-Lo G, and I am having fun tonight.
And this is
Good for
Age
you.
LGZ Mbaku, and I'm having a blast.
That's
It's
my
Ron.
fun partner.
It's Ron, and I would like to punch both of these dudes
Yes,
in
he's
the
not
face
clearly
tonight.
not having fun.
She's the fun police.
Oh, I'm having fun, just not with you two.
Oh.
I can clearly see the fun written all over your face.
Yeah, this is what fun looks like.
But why?
You poster child for fun.
What is fun to you? Reading a book? That's fun. So,
I-
so not shopping. Clearly not shopping.
I enjoy reading.
You enjoy reading.
Yes.
It's fun.
What else do I do for fun? I like to sit and watch television. That is fun and relaxing to
Yeah.
me. I enjoy spending time with my dogs. Pretty much anything that doesn't involve people, like real people. Like,
It's fun to you.
Yeah.
So run.
I think I like
So
being
again,
by
so you just
myself.
put a point that if a guy dates you, he's better off going to Vegas with us.
For sure, I hate
Yeah.
Vegas. I'll be a sourpuss the whole time.
He's better off going
Okay,
to
Miami.
I will literally say, "Don't take me. I don't want to go."
To Miami.
So Miami, he's better off going with us than he is going with you.
If he's going to Miami and he wants to party, then he should not go with me.
So for sure, he need to hang with us.
If
for
he
fun.
wants to go
For
relax, I'm down
No,
with that.
he can for sure. He can for sure relax with us.
I'm one of those people
Doing
that's
the
like,
day hours, like we're in a hotel, relaxing. Shit.
I'm one of those people where I will happily spend time with you, but sometimes I want to
What
just,
if-
I want to spend time with you, but I don't want you to talk to
Okay,
me.
I want to clear this up. Now, maybe this is different because I know a lot of guys get in trouble for this. So, fellas, we're here to help you out. We got a lady on the show, and she's going to help you understand what does spending time actually mean. Because in our eye, to most men, I would think that if you're in a room and I'm in a room, we spend
That's
spending time together. But clearly, that's not what it means. So,
Well,
That is spending time.
I think it depends on what. I don't know. I think it depends on the activity. Like, so if our goal is to catch up on TV shows that we watch together, don't talk to me. Like, obviously, we're watching this show, and like quickly fast forward through the commercials.
are we
please.
spending time together? Is that
That is spending time together. However, if I want to spend time with you and I say, "Hey, let's go do blank. Let's go to the driving range." Then I also there is tricky because you should be quiet.
You brought up a point. I got to ask you a little question. You brought up the driving range.
Can that be read on the air, or should we leave it alone?
Go ahead and read pineapples. What did Big Gay say? This is pineapples. Cover your kids' ears.
Good gosh.
Men and women should be like dogs.
This is just something I read somewhere. It was a comment. Run is lame as shit. So yes,
That's fine.
her guy would have more fun with
I,
us.
I don't care.
So let me ask you this question.
If I cared, I would
Well,
change
you
it.
know what?
Ryan brought up a very
You know
interesting
what?
point. So
But
I ask Zillow. I'm gonna say she said go to hit golf balls. Top golf. You going with your boys? You going with your girl?
Oh, the homies. Oh, we wildin'. We wildin' at the Top Golf. Drinks. Somebody bring them to us. Hitting drives off the
What
off the
do you
tee
want
on
to
Legends.
do with your girl other
Sex.
than have sex with her?
I can't think of
I
that
can't
answer.
think of much. It's hard. It's hard.
You know what?
That's fun. That's fun.
I I feel like that's a
fun.
problem.
I feel like it's the foundational piece to the fun. If we have sex, then I might want to do something else with you. But
most in fairness, most men and women are different.
Well, here's
Most
the thing.
men are different. They are.
Here's the thing. I think that you and your partner, whether they are the same sex or another sex, should be different. You
Right.
should have your things that you do,
Yeah.
and I should have my things that I do.
Yeah.
Some of those things overlap. For example,
Not very many fun thing overlap.
Okay, well then you should find someone else.
I mean, I'm saying, I'm being honest. Like, when it comes to fun, like this, I remember this question was presented to me. I was like, damn, like whenever you want to do something fun, like your first reaction is like, oh, I gotta call my boy up and see. I was always like, because you know that you're gonna have the same conversation. You're gonna have it's the same. It's a different kinship than when you with your girl. Not saying that it's wrong, but it's a different kind of mood. Like, you want to chill and might, I don't know what the fuck you want to do. I don't know, because it's never the same thing. I'm not saying that you can't have fun with your woman. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying when it comes to exciting things, a lot of times women aren't involved. When it comes to men, they're not involved.
I think that's fair.
That's fair.
I think it's a problem if the only fun thing you want to do with your girl is have sex.
No,
That's not what I said. See,
it's
that's
the
not what I
foundation
said.
of the fun.
That's not what I said.
That's what
I
D-Lo said.
want to do other things as long as that's a part of it.
Yeah, part of it.
I think
We're
that's
different.
fair.
We're different. We don't. You just said yourself. Like okay, you don't like sports. You're not really, but you'll watch.
I do like sports.
You'll watch your local teams. But my thing is, why would I go to a game with you when you just here because I'm here? So you're here because the man you with me. So you want to be with me. So because I'm doing this, you want to do it. So as a man, I can never look at you and be like, oh man, that's a sack, and that's it. I'm talking the verbiage to you. You like.
I think more women understand those words than you realize.
I understand it, but you're here because I'm here. You're here. Women hang with men to be around. They want to be around us, which is fine. Which is amazing that y'all want to be around us as pigs that we are. I don't understand that. But most women just want to be around that man. Whereas guys is like, yo, I have more of a connection with your guys than you do with your girl. It's just how it is. It's just when it comes to fun stuff.
Just how it is.
This is how it is. We all the same. We are the same guy.
Okay.
You know what, Ron?
It's how it is.
I think I have a question or a particular line of questions I'd love to discuss with you because I'm curious. You don't seem to be enjoying this time with Jeezy and I.
No, not at all.
You know, you're kind of the anti-fun police, and sometimes
today I am.
And sometimes I feel like maybe we put too much pressure on
True.
you.
We do.
Ron, how would you feel if we
Pressure?
introduced another woman on the show to help take some of that female
just stop
weight
coming.
off of you? Would you?
Yeah.
There can't be two women?
Do you remember when there was?
See what I'm saying?
Do you remember when there
See what I'm
was?
saying? See?
Ron, this is for the benefit of you. If you don't want to carry
Then I will free up all my Tuesdays.
if you don't want to carry the weight of the world for all women on your shoulders,
Oh, I don't mind carrying the weight. It's when Jeezy doesn't listen to me. That's what I have an issue with.
So clearly, again, she didn't.
Really, my issue is just with
So
Jeezy.
secretly, women couldn't even live in the community by themselves.
No. It depends on who it is.
No.
It couldn't even be a community.
If I get to choose who's helping me be the other woman on this show, then cool.
But she probably just like you. Like, don't even have nothing to say.
You would for
Actually,
sure
several of my friends are
need
very
our
different than
input
me.
on this.
Several of my friends are very different than
We
me.
need
which
to bring
is
one so
interesting.
we have a conversation. I want to get their view because they might like to go shopping. They won't get mad.
And
when
she
I
will
say-
be supportive of, yeah, you might be right.
You might be right.
Okay.
So can you bring one of your friends to the show? This is an open invitation.
They're all married with children, so maybe.
So that's another thing.
No, seriously, what I'm saying.
What is
They
married-
don't leave.
What does married with children mean? Like, you could be married, guys married with kids, they come out all the time.
All the time.
Right. Therefore, the
They
women
dying to
don't.
leave the house.
Yes,
Any-
right now.
Therefore, the women can't.
Any reason to get out of the house, they're like, I'm there.
ASAP.
Hey, you doing what? Oh, you need help changing that tire? Hey, babe, I'll be right back.
Bro, I got you.
I got you.
Whatever.
No, I just thought it'd be interesting.
honestly, I think it's easier for women. Women love to complain, and they love the drama.
But they don't like to compete, apparently.
They don't.
Maybe
The
that's
whole
why sports
world
was
has
such an
pitted women
issue.
against each other. Why would I want to also do it on a podcast for fun? Like I.
Well, one, it's good
Zero part of
radio,
that.
The whole world put women
and
in
secondly, you don't know.
The society and the way
she
that
might
it is
become your
created.
sister co-host.
The society and the way that it is created pits women against each other because there can only be one person at the top, and so all the women fight to be that lady.
You do realize it's the same for men, right? You do realize that there's only one room for one spot at the top. Like you do realize amongst
That's not-
men, it's only one. It's only room for one at the top.
That's not how society pits people against each other.
What do you mean? You just said there's a woman at the top and everybody fighting.
So
Okay.
you wouldn't want to break the chain run and help to usher a new relationship within the show with
No.
another woman co-host to kind of help ease that load?
No. Also, it's not the load; it's the fact that Jeezy doesn't listen to the words that I say.
I think he listens to the words that you
He
say.
doesn't. I say something and he hears something totally different. So he does listen partially to what I say, but in his mind somehow it gets all twisted and
Then
turned
maybe
around.
you got to start speaking like Jeezy for
I
him to
will not.
understand. I think that'd be great. Yo,
No.
dog.
I think that there needs to be just like some mutual things here. And I feel like Jeezy and I have known each other long enough that we can just fight and love each other at the same time.
Yeah, it's busy. I
But
understand.
just
where
think
you're
if
coming
you
from,
had a
man.
good
I mean, you're
good
a hermit.
womanly
I mean, you're
figure
a
to
hermit.
get in
You
between
said
that.
that you like being by yourself.
I do like being by
You know,
myself.
So I mean, so you shouldn't get offended when I say other women, which you clearly see, like to go shopping. We can go to the mall. We can do an experiment. We can go to the mall and we can do a study. And
Jeezy, I'm not saying that women don't like to shop. I'm saying that they do more than just shop. You said the women will just shop.
What else do they do?
Women do more than shop.
I mean,
what?
guys are kind of dumb and simple, but we're much more than that. Women shop. Same thing.
Right.
Women shop
But
more
women
than men.
don't just shop. Yes, women shop more than men.
That's my whole point I was making.
That's not what you said, though.
I said just shop.
It's a good group activity for women because we were talking about group activities.
So what else do
at
women
the
do?
time,
I'm curious.
right?
We
If
drink
you was generalizing women,
we drink wine and talk about how much we hate men.
fast. I believe that.
That's the honest answer.
While shopping.
Wild shopping.
No, you
online.
can't drink wine and shop at the same time.
Oh, I
Unless
don't
you're
believe
shopping
that.
on Amazon,
Yeah, exactly. That Amazon.
which is actually better. And
So
honestly,
see,
I
y'all
understand
the
why
same
people
boat.
order their groceries.
Y'all get together, drink wine, talk about how much y'all hate men.
Yep.
We get together, don't even discuss y'all at all, except about some things that we want to get from y'all. Which that's why we can go across town and get it. And then go back to our own. Like I believe I could be I believe in segregation. Men against like all the men live in their own area. You know, we have nice, tall castles and all kind of stuff because we can build it.
Because we can build
We
it.
can build it, so we have all the nice stuff. And y'all have the nice, whatever y'all can build and get together on y'all.
It'll be furnished nicely.
It definitely will be furnished
It'll
nicely.
look cute in the front.
We have a big mansion with nothing in
We'll
it,
have a
with a big TV.
folding table and folding chairs.
We have the largest TV known to man,
True.
and a box of pizza with one slice in it. some bologna,
Ew.
yeah. That's what we have in our refrigerator. Y'all we have fully furnished, but
I think lunch meat's
a
gross.
ranch or something, but it'd be fully furnished. Yeah.
And all kinds of food.
And we cook out every day.
We definitely will cook out every day. Sure, the barbecue and it will be. If you look at any old couple together, the man and women are never really together. He's downstairs, he in his room doing his stuff, and she's somewhere else.
Yeah, my grandparents live in separate states.
Yeah, it's because
They have for like 20 years.
and there's a reason for that, man.
Yeah, because he doesn't like her because she's mean.
So we you know what we got the all-star waitress here.
Uh-oh.
And we have a question for you. Let's say, I don't know your relationship status, so that's not even important. But let's say somebody gave you a trip to Vegas, free. Are you calling your man or are you calling your girls?
Who are you going to have more
Do
fun
more
with?
fun with.
Like girls.
Oh, so it shows you we different. Like, God, she said it. I'm calling my girls.
Okay.
Because you'll have more fun with your girls
Yeah.
than you with your guys. See what I'm saying? Yeah. See?
In Vegas, yeah.
It's easy. Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's easy.
It's not a hard choice. Well, so I'm just curious. You, as our extraordinary waitress, week in and week out, how do you think this show would look aesthetically if we added another woman?
Oh my gosh.
Like, you can see it, right?
She's like, you just put me on the spot.
Hot
You just better just run. It wasn't about
She's uncomfortable on her behalf. This is when women link up and support each other. I don't know if I should speak because she's right there.
Here's what I'm telling you: the common hatred brings people together, and that's about it.
We're not hating. We don't hate
I
you.
know. No.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why women together
See,
are.
the thing
That's
is,
like not. It's not a
Rhonda is in
thing.
a position where she speaks for all women. We try to get her to speak for all women, but she refuses to do it.
They think that no. They think that my answers don't.
So my question, I said society would be great if men had their own, like, say for instance, the East Side was all men, just all men.
Oh yeah, y'all can have the East
lived
Side.
on the East Side, and then all the women lived on the West Side.
You guys would have a huge house
The only time
together,
we
and
interact
we
is
all
when we
have
want
our
to
own
have
houses.
our relation hookup moment, and then when we're done, we go back to our side of town, and y'all go back to y'all side of town. I think that'd be like
We
perfect.
deal
harmony.
so much better.
Guys would be much happier. And so
They
would
don't.
women.
They
Women
don't
would
like
be
doing
happy.
anything with their women except having sex.
No,
they
I
said
said
nothing
no,
else.
that's
is
not
No.
what
I
I
said
said.
no. Stop.
That's what
I
he
just
said.
said-
I said fun.
I said it was a foundational
Stop.
said
piece
fun.
No.
of fun.
Stop.
Run. I said
hold
fun.
on.
I said fun.
Stop.
Fun.
I said, D-Lo, what do you like to do with your girl
Yeah, we-
for fun other than have
For
sex?
fun.
He said nothing.
There's not a whole lot.
Nothing.
Not a whole lot.
That's where it starts. If I can't
You have
expect
kids.
Yeah.
that I'm
So
going to get laid.
if your child, if you ask your child, who had more fun with, mommy or daddy? Who would he say?
Me.
See?
I got a mommy's boy, so.
Yeah, he might be one out of a million. But most kids, I'm here with daddy. He's the fun. He's the fun police. He's the fun guy.
Most of them want to hang with
We
daddy.
fun. We
'Cause
fun.
daddy's fun.
We fun.
Can I need to ask a question about
Okay.
this. Do the kids want to hang with daddy because they only see daddy 4 days out of the month because the parents are divorced?
Oh,
No, I'm
ouch.
being serious
Wow.
because I'm being serious because if you are divorced and you are splitting your children, dad gets the kids 4 days a month.
And what fun those 4 days are.
The best fun of all
That's a
time.
month.
So I'm
Of
asking,
all time.
do you think the children want to hang with dad because they don't get to see him like they get to see mom?
No, I think even
I
if the man-
think even when people are married and they have kids, that they still want to hang with dad. 'cause
Man,
dad
I
is fun.
never wanted to hang out with my dad. Ever.
I got your one drink ready
Because-
and all your food just came out, but it was for you.
Okay.
Dads are
Oh,
fun.
my bad, guys.
I
You guys
never.
still
Yeah,
okay?
we good.
Yeah,
I-
actually, I'm probably ready for
I
it.
never
check
wanted
the
to hang out with my dad.
On your
I
right,
always wanted to
is
hang out
that
with my
extra
mom.
shot in? Do you want the extra shot in, or
And my parents were married until I was in college.
I think kids want to hang with their dads. They're more fun.
Generally speaking.
Generally speaking,
Okay.
as a whole, moms are killjoys.
Okay.
It's true.
Moms are stop, no, don't.
Like my mom and dad have been married
Dads
for
are
40
all
years.
gas, no brakes.
And my dad is the coolest cat, yo. And my pops, yo.
Okay.
Cool. I mean, mom's fun too, but then she get on some woman stuff. I just immediately turn the tune out, man.
Shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking. I just tune out.
The whole world is shocked by that comment.
No, it's I mean, it's just nothing. It's never really,
The person looks like they're about 12.
nothing interesting
One
that ever
in my
happens.
vehicle. That's all.
Oh. Definitely at least 16.
I mean, nobody cares about logic. But women always try to shoot stuff down with, well, it doesn't make sense because of this. Like, no, we're just having a conversation about it. If we can argue. Like, women don't have a conversation. Would you do a guy with no nose?
No.
Yeah, you know
My
what I'm saying?
answer's
Like,
no.
like she's built like Beyonce. She's got a hole in her face, but you hit it.
Yeah.
Yes. Immediately. Yeah, we in there. Y'all would never have a conversation like with the Rock.
She has a face like Beyonce with no nose.
She looked
Is
like
that what you
Beyonce. She looked like Beyonce, but she has no nose. And these are
Her
conversations.
nose is a really dominant facial feature that totally shapes your
But it's
face.
Beyonce.
So I don't feel like she would look like
If
Beyonce.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson had no ears,
No. Well, I guess he could wear a hat.
he walk around with he got no ears.
Yeah, if he's gonna wear a hat that would cover
No,
your
but
ears.
that's part of this. See, you changed the rules of the game. So
You didn't tell me the rules.
You're being shallow, Ron.
You asked.
The Rock has no ears. What you doing? No ears. He got no ears.
And I get zero say on if he wears a hat or not.
Zero say he got no
None.
ears. No ears.
Nah.
It's The Rock with no ears.
Do you
Yeah, but how
smell
big-
what the Rock is cooking?
He's The Rock.
Pineapples. How big's his penis?
He's the Rock. I
I don't know. I feel like he probably did a lot of steroids. Is it tiny?
This show all of a sudden feels disgusting.
First of all, you adding way more layers. That's not the question. We don't know. I don't know what the Rock's pack. I don't
Women
know.
ask questions.
I don't
That's
know
what
about the
we
people's
do.
strudel. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying?
Strudel is slang.
If you watch wrestling, he always called the people strudel. But anyway,
I don't. You guys know that.
he got no ears.
No. To me, other people though, if you said no ears, then I would still say yes.
Okay, what if? See, this is stuff a conversation guys have. You know who Mystique is, don't you? The blue X-Man lady.
No.
Well, she's blue, right?
Oh, you
But
said that.
She wears that suit.
But she can change it. Anything, be anybody she wants.
Okay.
So, let's say would you date somebody in public? They have to be the blue person, but at home they can be anybody you want. Would you date them?
Yes.
I would too. I would. See, Ron,
I think women play pineapples. Fuck, marry, and kill. We don't do this random stuff.
yeah,
we play fuck,
we
marry,
have
and
this
kill.
conversation. Like, man, I'll do her. Like a midget, like a little person with a big booty. Like we're doing that.
Oh yeah. She's definitely getting
Midgets
fucked.
kind of weird me out.
Not from my
Like,
perspective.
come on, bro.
Yeah, but if it was a midget dude,
Like okay,
That'd be
for instance, like most guys, well, black. I'm not say most guys in general has an Asian fetish. They want to bang an Asian chick.
Yeah.
It's just a thing, and I've had the privilege of climbing that mountain.
gross.
So do women have a certain race of male where they're like, you know
Black.
what? Yeah, I guess.
It's hard to get around that one, bro.
It's hard to.
I don't really want to argue against it.
I can't argue
That's
against
the
it.
answer.
But most guys have an Asian fetish.
Okay.
Most guys,
Interesting.
for sure.
Good to know.
But again, we're pigs.
You are,
We are.
I accept that.
for sure. I mean, like, no question.
Yeah.
Everybody already knows
No.
that.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we are what we are, man.
That's what makes this show so great.
Yeah.
The fact that we can be who we are, share our opinions, ask Run to bear the weight of
Of all women.
But just know that because we care about Run, we are willing to get her some help so that she doesn't feel so burdened and alone.
Oh, and then all my Tuesday nights will be free.
Nah,
I'll have nothing on my calendar.
you'll be here, right?
You know what, though? To be honest, Ron,
We only want to make sure that
Nice.
you're well supported.
we're supposed to actually look.
We want to be your biggest supporters.
Yeah.
We have other women on the show, and you last the longest.
That's true.
And there are 3 guys here.
I know. That don't listen to me, and I always have to argue with.
But we don't listen because I mean, you had to,
But-
as you proved in this podcast,
Thank you for admitting that.
you have nothing interesting to say.
Nothing.
Whatever.
And another
Because you choose
and-
not
and
to engage.
Would another woman bring out her best Run?
Probably
No.
would.
No, because I just wouldn't talk.
That's
I
selfish.
mean, it might bring out the best Jesus because I would get some back and forth. I would actually get some to counterpoint an argument.
It would be really way easier to have a back and forth conversation if you would, like, I don't know, let me talk. Because you just get louder and louder and louder and louder, and you just interrupt and you're like, that's not what I said.
Come on, Run. You're guilty of that too, right?
But that's not what I said though. When you say that we won't do anything on women, we said fun. Fun was the word.
Fun.
I didn't get to finish my sentence. You all had already started yelling.
Yeah, because you said no.
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
No, you nagged us. So women always nag.
I wanted you to stop
Sounds like
talking so I could finish my
Like
sentence.
nagging is the worst. Like I watched my mom nag my dad. That's like ugh.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it?
It's the worst.
Depressing.
It's the worst, man. Like why?
Yeah.
Probably because he talks over her.
Oh,
I don't do well with that. If somebody's trying to talk over me, I don't do very well with that.
Why? I see some dudes in the store and they women. I'm like, ugh. Like there is no way.
No
bro.
way.
No way. No way you happy, dog. Like, no way.
I will say that I think women need one really good friend that they've had like for forever to be able to just call and say, I just need to talk. And you talk to that person.
Dude friend or chick friend?
No, it would be a chick friend. Like, I call certain people based on the response I need. Sometimes I just need to complain and I don't need your rational thoughts. get out of here with that. So I call one of my friends. If I need rational thoughts, I call someone else.
In 2019, because society has changed so much, do you ever have that one friend who gives really good advice, however you think she's kind of hitting on you?
No. Nope.
Would have been hot if one did, though.
No.
Okay.
Negative
Just checking.
ghostwriter. Nope.
Just checking.
Most of my friends are older anyway, so they're all married and they've been married and they're losers. Except now, I'm at the point in my life where my friends who got married not long after they graduated college are getting divorces.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm really glad to not be part of that
That's
group.
about the right age.
Yep. It's very interesting to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, we were like 24 and everybody's getting married, and I was
You
like,
saw-
what the heck? I'm behind the 8-ball, and now they're all getting divorced, and I'm like, oh, dodged a bullet. A
You
large
saw the
one.
lovey-dovey
Yeah, 'cause,
phase.
who wants to get married? I mean, I made that mistake. I got married at like 20-some years old. That was dumb on me. You know who you are at 20 years old.
No way.
You have no idea who you are.
I'm 30, and I think I'm just now figuring out
Yeah,
who I am,
like,
which is like an
20 years old, you have no
87-year-old
idea.
recluse.
Think, oh my God, we're going to be together forever because everybody watched those princess stories and that goofy shit. Y'all have your idea.
Well, here's the silly thing about that, though. The princess stories end when the prince and the princess get married, and nobody knows.
And then the movie goes off.
Yeah,
Like, it never
it's done.
It never goes from like, when, they married and all
Like,
this
they
stuff.
kiss and get in the carriage, and then the movie's over.
Yeah, it's over with. Like, so you watching the courtship. You watching
Yeah.
the courtship, but they
And
ain't
it's
showing.
like 3 days.
Yeah, like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? You ain't showing like, she come to bed with rolls in her hand, all that goofy shit. You like really? Or she nagging
Rolls
you,
or
he-
a rose?
rolls in her hair,
Oh. I thought you said hand.
in her hair.
Rolls in your hand would be something delightful to bring to bed. Let's have a snack.
This chick is so crummy.
Yeah, man.
I thought you said rolls in her hand. Rolls in your hair makes way more sense.
Yeah, I just think men and women are different. We're different.
Correct.
It is what it is, man.
Not necessarily a negative thing.
That's not a negative thing. We're just different,
Yeah.
and we have to acknowledge that. Once you acknowledge that we're different,
But men and women are so different, but women and women are so different. And that's why I was only suggesting that we get Run a woman partner to help carry the load.
I mean, Ron can use a partner.
What would she look like if you could build her cheesy?
Oh, gosh.
I think she would be. If I had to build her a partner, a female partner, I think she had to be slightly taller. I think she got to be at least
Everybody's
5'10".
taller than me.
She would be 5'10".
That's not slightly taller than me.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but she'd be taller than you, so she'd have to be 5'10". I think Ron will go for the black girl with the small afro.
Okay. I can see that pairing.
Small, I mean, not like the natural look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that look, and then yeah.
Could she be a little more liberal in the way she thinks than Run?
I think Ron can hang out with a liberal because I think they'll be able to have conversations and talk.
Right, and compliment each other. And certainly
I
compliment.
don't think Ron is strictly conservative.
It's interesting
not
that
at
you
all.
guys don't think I'm liberal.
Not at all.
I didn't know I leaned back. Yeah, I was like,
No, I mean you
you're
kind of
liberal.
remind me of the old black Christian.
Yeah. You have your liberal ways, but I think you're more conservative.
Okay.
Like the old black Christians.
I mean,
Okay.
you have some save the well qualities. You know,
You have a moral high ground.
yeah. Morality is really big. They would definitely have to have the same moral compass.
you're a little late.
When D-Lo thinks of morality, I think of
They
Run.
run. For sure.
Thanks. There's a
Sure.
question mark at the end of that.
I mean, this is a woman that says she reads all of the user agreements.
All of them,
Yeah,
I like to read.
clearly.
It's one of my
clearly.
favorite things.
And that's some tough. That's like 9 pages of tough reading.
Yep.
And you read through it and still accept it.
I wear my magnifying glasses.
That's
very
kind
small
of a
print.
womany thing to do, though.
Yeah. They got to know everything, the ins and outs, how it goes, how things work.
I just want to know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, they read the instructions. We look at the pictures, like, you know what? This piece go here, this piece go here.
Actually, so that's funny because one time I was trying to put together something. Well, I was helping put together something, so I was reading the directions, so I knew exactly what to do. And the dude who was actually putting it together, Pineapples, said, "No, you just read like the first one, like the first three, and then the rest of it's figure it out, asshole."
I can't remember.
That is not how I put things together.
Yeah.
I most certainly read the directions and I figure out all the letters and the numbers and what goes where.
Yeah.
And I follow the directions. I'm a direction and rule follower.
Yeah, I'll look at the picture.
I know that you're not.
Yeah, you're so not. I am so far. I'm the anti rules and follow direction person.
Shocking. I'm not surprised at all.
I can with society.
Do you follow the speed limit?
No.
Do you kind of follow the speed limit?
No.
You just drive as fast as you want
I have
to?
a rule. But now the speed limit is 70. I feel 80 is a comfortable speed.
What if you're in a 55 on the interstate,
I still go 80.
which sucks? Welcome to
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
so I still gotta go 80.
Are you extra vigilant in watching for police officers?
Always.
Even if you're driving the speed limit?
Always.
Okay.
I'm always, when I'm on the hill, I look way down, you see me in the middle.
Right.
Or if I look up on the cross pass, I look up. If they're on the on ramp, I'll check my rearview mirrors if they're on the on ramp.
Yes.
Yeah. But I know what kind of car. Like on the. It shocks me how many people get pulled over on the west side
I
on
saw.
285. It shocks me because I'm like, dude, they driving the Ram trucks. Like I see
Well,
them.
I saw a new one, a new vehicle. So everybody listen up.
Yes.
It was a giant black, very boxy Tahoe.
Yeah.
It was blacked out. It did have the spotlight, so I knew it was a police officer. But then by the time they got in front of me, they had a regular license plate and they had a luggage rack on top.
Yeah. They drive in Indianapolis. They drive Mustangs.
Yep.
They drive Chargers.
Yep.
They drive Tahoes.
And
And they drive pickup trucks.
Yep.
F-150s and
Yep.
Rams.
Yep.
But usually they have a law enforcement license plate. This one
Yeah.
didn't. And I knew for sure it was a police officer because they turned their lights on.
Yeah. So I'll watch for those. I can tell. Like, if you got extremely dark tint, I'm like, man, you're a cop.
Also, if you are one of the people that buys old police cars and drives them around,
Screw you.
Pineapples, F you, man, because
Screw you.
get out of here with that.
Especially the ones. Like,
That makes me
know
so
what I hate?
mad.
You got the old Crown Vic. and
Yes,
you-
with
and-
the lights
with the
still.
light on the
And I'm
side.
like, no.
I'm like,
You gotta at least take the light off. If you're gonna sell a cop car, take the light
take the
off.
light off the side.
Do you know how many brothers I knew who got locked up and put in those vehicles?
Right.
And now they're
I
driving
hate when
them
they get behind.
on
I'm like, is that a
purpose.
cop?
I know,
Brings back
and then I
bad
get over and they
memories
pass me, and I'm
every
like,
time I see 'em.
ooh,
Like, you
I
son
get
of a
so
bitch.
mad.
I hate Crown Vics with the mirror on the side, the mirror on the
Yes.
lights.
It's like, yeah, I hate that. Like, take the light off at least, because I think you're a cop. I'll be looking in the mirror like
I think if they're
Already
gonna
have
sell
a-
old cop cars, you gotta take the spotlight off.
I already have a dislike for you on the roadway when I see that. Don't make things bad before us other drivers.
I mean, I get out of the way and then they pass me and then I'm mad.
yeah, I'm like, come on, man. It usually, it's not even a nice Crown Vic.
No, it's an old white one.
It beat up.
Ugh, yes. And sometimes it still has like, the thing on the front, like the bumper thing.
The bumper thing. Like, come on, man. Like, how long you had this car? You need to fix it up. You need to fix it up.
Right. Be better.
Be better.
I think they drive it because people get out of the way.
They do. I know I do.
I always move.
All the
Yeah,
time.
you can have that.
I know headlights.
I see it way far back and I'm like,
I'm
dude,
so aware of
dude,
police.
you
I know the
like-
headlights on cars based off the police. Like,
Yes.
I know them headlights.
I need to know,
Yep.
I don't want
So
to.
yeah, I definitely pay attention.
I'm not
man.
trying to get pulled over. And no, thank you.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do none of that.
I'm speeding because I'm in a hurry. So
But like now I'm at the age now, like I don't even really speed. Like on the highlights I do 80 because if that's a comfortable speed.
well, you also have to go 80 to keep up with traffic.
Yeah, I do 80.
You'll get run over.
And you won't get pulled over for going 80. If it's 70, they won't pull you over.
If it's 55 though.
If it's 55, which is ridiculous in Indianapolis. But when you go out 74, you get down 65,
Once you get out of the city,
it picks up. You know what I'm saying?
Cruising.
But like like in the Camaro, like old cars, they feel fast. So I could be going 55 and it feels like I'm going faster than what I am. Now in the Charger, yeah, I gotta watch it because it has a light pedal, so you think you ride, you doing 85. You're like, damn, I'm going 80. Let me slow down. You ain't paying attention.
Yeah.
Some cars, like Cadillacs, are notorious for like they ride so good, you don't know how fast
Right.
you're going.
Say your cruise control, I guess.
And also, it's hard. Back in the old days, the 55 was on this side of the speedometer.
Now it's not.
Now it's on this side, so it's like,
different.
yeah.
Mentally, that's a
I know you got to get
Mentally, it's
you got
like-
to get to like 70.
Shit, mine's 70 on this side. Like
I got
70 is like
lots of
80.
look.
80 is like the one at the top of mine.
I'll have to look.
Mine go 80, then
I
it's
think
like
60 is my tipping point. I'll look though.
most new car. I thought it's like 55, 60, then like 70 is like at the top.
I'll have to look.
Like D-Lo says, that's a mental
But
thing.
I don't look at my speedometer because I have a digital display, and so it
Oh, it tells you
like,
what it
so I
is.
see the actual number. So I don't know. I mean, my speedometer is there, but I don't look
I look
at
at my
it.
gas. I look at miles to empty.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes, and it makes a delightful noise at me when I'm at like 35.
You know what I hate?
I'm like, oh, I have so
I
much
hate
time.
when these cars now they get under 30 miles and they just say low fuel, don't tell you the mileage.
Oh, mine
terrible.
does.
Hey, you haters.
Mine goes all the way.
No.
Well, I don't know how. The lowest it's ever gotten is like 15, but mine, so it at least goes to
You
that.
tell you mine at 30 miles, like, no, I know you gonna try to keep going. I know fuel. We're on the low fuel level. I don't want to be responsible. You think you got 1 mile to empty, and you like, ain't no worse. That's the worst feeling when you got 1 mile to empty and them exits like 3 miles away.
Oh man, it's terrible. It is miserable.
Running on fumes and
It
face.
is torture. You're like, oh my God, do I speed up or? And you pass
What
the
are you
gas station,
supposed
you're like,
to
I
do?
done passed the gas station.
Sweat and keep going.
I know, but like, do you slow down? Like, do you just keep going that speed?
I keep going that speed. I feel like
I think
I
you
can
keep.
roll.
I think you keep going at that speed.
And then you get for the then you go to the exit. Every car goes slow in front of you.
Right.
Like boom.
And you hit the red lights.
Every light. That's when I leave downtown. I swear I get caught by every light.
Well, that's
not here.
so the lights downtown are all timed. If you hit one red light and you go the speed limit, you'll hit every red light. But if you hit a green light and you go the speed limit, you'll hit every green light. But the speed limit through downtown is
See, in
25.
Gary, we call them carjacking lights.
Well,
Just an opportunity waiting to happen.
Yeah, Zed, we run them. And Gary was so bad, they tell you can run red lights at night. You run them, like just go through them. Just stop looking. That's why they started doing the flashing. Yeah, because they weren't timed.
makes sense.
They wasn't like now. Lights are if you hit the
Like
little
the sensor.
the sensor thing,
Yeah.
it changes. But somebody's like, this be red for no reason. You're like, man, I even said this light for no reason.
That's my favorite, and I'm like, there's no other.
There's no other car.
It's just me.
That's called a carjacking light. Like
That
you
makes
finna
sense.
You finna get jacked. Like up in here, I'm on Fifth Avenue. Like, I'm taking this mirror,
Left,
side
right,
mirror.
left, go.
I'm looking around, checking my mirrors. Like, let me make sure anybody finna creep up on the side of me. That's what dealing with something about you at the beginning of the show. You come from a different place.
I knew it was D-Lo. I saw
We
it.
know also around every car department.
I did, and I knew it was him.
I'm
I
eyeballing.
looked at you to wave. You didn't look back. You texted me.
Yeah, I did.
She was
But I
shopping.
knew it was you. I was talking on the phone.
It's another thing women do.
I would have gave a peace sign. Women do talk on the phone a lot.
Say what?
I would say that several do.
The worst thing about talking on the phone, I think today,
I would like for you to just text me.
the one,
Clearly.
the worst thing about the phone is this: don't talk to me, don't call me, and be having a conversation with other people in the room.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Like, why you call me, man? If you can't talk to me, don't be talking to 50 people. You know what? Just text me, man. You know, or if I'm watching the game, don't call me.
Right.
Because I'm watching the game. I'm not paying attention to anything you say.
Or watch the game and call on the commercial.
Don't even do that.
And if they don't answer, they're in the bathroom.
Just text me. I'll text you back. Like, texting is a blessing and a curse.
Yes,
It's a
it
blessing
is.
because I can have a conversation. I can do 50 different things and still have maintain a conversation
Yes.
with you, which is great. But also, so much get lost in translation.
Correct.
You know, so that's why I try to put LOL to let you know that I'm just joking.
I
I'm
use
kidding.
exclamation points excessively. Like, overly excessively. It's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the world we live in.
I also have recently been sending the thumbs up, and I think it's just because I'm grouchy lately. But, like, I don't feel like that one's a very nice emoji.
Or K.
It's like, cool.
I hate K.
K.
K is rude.
Dudes can't say K.
No.
I never want to get a text back from a dude that's a text back K.
Yeah, but, like, if you get
You're
a
right.
K and a period, that is some serious
You write this
stuff.
long text, they be like, K.
See, that's what I need to know, Ron. What are the phrases that really tick the pilgrim time?
pilgrims or women?
Yes.
That's fine.
Yep. That's that one gets you in
I'm
trouble.
fine.
Yep. Yep. that
Whatever.
One gets you, yep. That one because you blow
Okay.
me off. Yep.
Okay, period.
The menu's under construction.
Do what you want.
Or dot.
Dot, is also hateful.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm getting insight.
So basically, anything one word.
Yeah.
Any one word response.
If it's
One
short
word or
from
short-
a woman,
yes.
uh-oh.
Well, that's not always true because I send short text messages.
No, the phrase for a woman to a man to get a man nervous is
We need to talk.
we need to talk.
We need to talk.
Dog,
Ooh.
your heart immediately be like, okay, did I leave my computer open? Did my phone look like? Like you go to the checklist like, oh my God, is she home? Where is she at? Is she called?
And then here's what it is. Hey, can you pick up milk on the way?
That's what it is. It's always something.
Like something random.
It's always something.
It's not
random.
always something random.
But for the most
that
part,
is
that may do nerve.
that is a doom phrase.
Oh, we'll talk when you get home. We'll talk. Oh,
Why can't we just talk now?
Why? Let me know now, yeah. Let me know now. Because what it is, I need to see your face.
Can you give me a clue?
Right. What's it about?
Yes.
We good everything. You try to tell little jokes if she laughs at the joke. You try hard.
Yes. I will also tell you this about women. If you get one of those hateful phrases and you start typing and then you delete it and you are an iPhone user and she is an iPhone user, she is watching the dots pop up and go away and pop up and go away. So just type it and send whatever. Because she's going to watch the bubbles.
Or just
and it's
stop
going to make
typing.
it worse.
You know,
Or just stop typing and never send it.
That will make it way worse.
Do you know there's a thing called bubble anxiety now?
Yeah, that's real. Well, I don't know if it's real, but it's a real term.
Yeah, bubble anxiety. Jokers they see wait for the bubbles like she's typing.
Well, that started back in AIM. Remember?
Yeah, you had a
An
little-
instant messenger, like, it'd be like, so-and-so is typing.
You're like, yeah, taking the message. It's
Yes.
like nothing. Like, mother,
Yep.
I was waiting 20 minutes. Yeah, I remember my boy had got called up. He called me. I guess at the time I was the get out of jail free card guy. She was like, man, I was at the mall with this shorty and my homegirl friend saw me. And I was like,
That's an issue.
so I said, dude, I said, okay, so tell me, what did you do? I said, man, I didn't do nothing. I said, okay, I said, you can spend this. You can spend it. I said, first of all, you got to know women. First of all, women love, there's nothing greater to a woman than to catch you in the lie. There's no greater satisfaction than to catch you in the lie.
Oh, man.
Am I right?
Oh, man. The joy
joy
on her face.
on her face.
That's one of those things that she can't contain
Yeah.
how she feels in that moment.
Am I right, Ron?
I think
To catch you.
if it's the very first time, no, because then it's just heartbreaking. But like,
but
if he has been doing some not great things already, then yes.
Yes. So I said, so,
Because you would be terrified at how great my investigative skills
yeah,
are.
so they want to catch. I said, so you got to notice about women, they want to catch you in the lie. So what you have to do is this. You told her, I said, where did you tell you was going? Well, I told her I was going to so-and-so. You already what he said. I said, okay. And then you went to the mall, right? Yeah, okay. I said, so all you got to do is this. The first thing she going to ask you when you get home is, so what was you doing? Where did you go? How was your day? Right? Because, again, it's building. So as soon as if you say, I went to the movies and Jason crib and I just came on home, that's a lie because she saw your friends at the mall, right? I said, so she knows, she has the information. So what you got to say is, in the convo, when she asks that question, what you do is you be like, yeah, I went to wherever you said you was going. I went there and I went to the mall. I ran to my cousin. I ain't seen her in a long time. I talked to her for a minute. And I went over so-and-so. I came to the crib. I said, what you did was you explained who the female was.
Right, in advance.
In advance.
You know she already
She already knows. She already knows.
She knows something.
So what you did was you disarmed. So she might ask you, who's his cousin? And you be like, oh, that's little Tracy, whatever. But I ain't
You
seen
know
her.
she followed me on Facebook. You
ain't got to go that deep. You
Sometimes.
just be like, man, I ain't seen her in a minute. So we walked around, I talked to her, man, called up with her, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 blah. Be done. So that explains that that's the female that your friend saw you with. Done. Since she brought the female, so you got your friends watching me. So then again, and she brings that up, so you got people watching me now. Bam. So then,
Yeah, but in today's world, that's harder because here's what would happen today. The friend would see the dude and the girl. For sure would take a picture. So by the time he gets home, The woman has already figured out who the chick is in the picture and everything about her.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
From a picture, you don't know who she is.
In her
Well, I would
mind,
figure
she
it
has.
out.
Huh?
In her mind, she has.
Yeah, mind you, but again, if you don't know who she is, you can always explain it away. Ladies, that work for you too. You know, it works. You can always explain it away. Always. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. Explain it away. I don't condone it, but if you get caught up, then just don't admit nothing. You can't prove
Whatever.
you can't prove it. You can't. What we see in the movie, you only know what you can prove.
That's true.
What you can prove. You can't prove it. You don't know what that is. That could be a lady in the store. That could be somebody that's met. You don't know. There's a million people you can be. And it's your job to create those million scenarios. So, hey. That's how lobbyists do it all day long. Lobbyists, that's their whole job is to spin this. I can spin this. Great movie. If anybody ever watched a movie called Thank You for Not Smoking? One of the greatest movies ever. Because he's a lobbyist for Big Tobacco. And there was a scene in the movie where him and his son asked him, what did he do? He's like, I'm a lobbyist for Big Tobacco. He said, so that means everybody hates you. He's like, well, kind of. He's like, but you got to know how to argue, how to win an argument. He was like, well, how do you do that? He said, okay, well, let's have an argument. He was like, what kind of ice cream you like? He said, I like chocolate. He said, I'm going to take vanilla. He was like, so why is chocolate better than vanilla? And his son goes on this rant about how chocolate is the greatest flavor it ever is and blah, 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 blah. He was like, so it's all chocolate, nothing else for you, right? Or I would have chocolate over anything. I wouldn't have chocolate over nothing else.
My whole life.
Huh?
I said that explains my whole life.
Yeah, he said I like chocolate my whole life, whatever. He was like, so basically you against vanilla. So basically he created a scenario where his son was against vanilla. And he was like, well, that's not what we're arguing about. He said, no, that's what I'm arguing about. My job ain't to prove vanilla is better than chocolate. My job is to prove that chocolate isn't better than vanilla. And he said to all of them, he's like, who was that? He said, those people that matter. So I can spin anything. So once you put paint yourself in the corner where you only like chocolate, then I can say, well, you don't like variety, you don't like this. We never talk about vanilla at all. I was like, that's kind of genius.
Guys,
Yes.
we have run long on this show.
Long. So go ahead and take us home, D-Lo.
Like we're 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, we ain't done one of these in a minute.
It's been a long time.
Welcome, everyone.
Anybody got anything else you want to talk about?
This is like a Joe Rogan
About here?
podcast right here.
Oh man, it just went, man. No time limit.
So you can listen to this at work, man, and crack up and all that kind of good stuff.
This has been fun. Hey, Ron,
It's been a
Make
fun.
sure you plug in your headphones, though, if you're going to listen to this at work. Although
that'd be good for this show.
telling you now is not helpful, I guess.
for this episode, that's great. But you're
But like
absolutely
in general, you should listen to us.
But for me, this
in
has been a
headphones if you're
fun podcast.
This
I'm glad you
has
had so much
been
fun today.
great. From a man's standpoint, I am pleased.
Please.
From a woman's standpoint, I am highly dissatisfied.
That's why we should get you another woman. Hey, folks, you've been
All my
tuned
Tuesdays will be
into
free.
the Heavy Hitters Radio Show, the Independent Radio. Ron, can you tell us where they can find us on social media?
Sure. We are on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. This one will be weird tonight. So on Instagram and Facebook, we are Heavy Hitters Radio Show. And on Twitter, we're at Heavy
Underscore
Hitters underscore.
And more
Moose,
sirens.
we need you back. Moose, we need you back to do that.
And more sirens. And Jeezy, where can they find us as far as podcasts so they can listen to us?
Man, you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to us on Spreaker, Spreaker.com/independent radio. And you can also listen to us if you got Spotify, man. Just put in Independent Radio, man. We show up.
Yeah, folks, that is definitely us. So for LGZ Mbaku and Run EMC, I am your boy D-Lo G, and you've been tuned into the Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
We are where you are.
So get comfortable.
And come on in,
Yeah, man.
Puddin'.
We're really awkward without Moose.
We did all right, Puddin'.